If it hurts, you ain't breaks, no hits, you know it up, put on more speed. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, through the games after this win in. Press you again, we're here for the first minute. Carry everybody, keep it there for 6 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
To beat a man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Do you remember when we fell in love? I remember, don't worry. Do you remember? I remember how it all began. How could I ever forget? It's the first time. Do you remember? I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I can feel it. I can feel it, I can feel it, it's coming in the air now. Oh, we fell in love, you remember time. How could I ever forget? You remember time. Oh, we fell in love, you remember time. How could I ever forget? Coming in the air now.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Welcome to the premier coverage of college basketball. We provide full-time coverage all year long, all day, every day, right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. We got you covered. And, you know, some of these channels around here, they say we're not experts and insiders and it's about fans. Not here. Not at the Talkin VAWLS Network. We've got all the inside connections, all the behind-the-scenes breaking news when it comes to Tennessee Volunteers basketball. So buckle up. Actually, not really. We're going to hang out. The boys are in town. Coach Jay, the X Factor, Rocky Top Tom. This is a watch party. This is what we do for the premier tier of membership on the Talkin VAWLS Network. I'm going to go ahead and send the link out to you guys. If you want to come on, you can. That's the watch party enthusiast tier. How we doing, boys? How you doing, Coach Jay? You ready to talk a little football while we watch a basketball game?
Heck yeah, I'm ready to talk some football while we watch a basketball game. Talk some linebacking and yeah, absolutely. But feeling good, man. I dig Easter. It's a cool holiday. You know, obviously for those who have the beliefs that we have, and then also just the family and, you know, getting together for dinner and you know, the whole vibe of it's always good, and watching the little kids run around and play and search for eggs and stuff like that. It's a good one, man. I enjoy this holiday, and kind of got the cherry on top this year with an Elite Eight appearance. I believe only the second all time, correct, for Tennessee.
Yep. Last one was Bruce Pearl.
That's big, man. And I've seen people talking about it in the chat, but if you guys aren't already doing it, man, just kick your feet up a little and enjoy the run that this Tennessee athletics program is on right now. I think we often don't, you know, smell the proverbial daisies and, you know, really enjoy it, but he's ready to go. But yeah, man, no, this is awesome. Football team's playing well. Basketball team out there doing their dang thing. Baseball team made a couple World Series. Hopefully we can put another one together. Yeah, awesome, man. We can get our girls basketball team on program. We'll really be rocking and rolling.
Oh, I think that's going to be a tall task.
Yeah.
X Factor's showing up for a little Easter celebration and also Vol hoops. Look at him. He's got the business underneath and the party on top. What's
It's
up, X?
always hey.
I know you got some plans. What are you doing for Easter Sunday?
About to say, so just came from church. Like I said, happy Easter, to everybody out there. So like I say, here in a minute, probably like at the end of the first half, gonna go over to my grandmother's and eat with my family. Get together because this is what this holiday is all about. And yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous over here. Like my blood pressure is already up, and it's not even tip off yet. But yeah, man, this team has just been amazing to watch this year. Yeah, second, Elite Eight appearance since Bruce Pearl. It's really, really special, like Coach Jay was saying. And man, they got the roster to do it, man. Like to get to the Final Four, then it's like once you get to the Final Four, you should be able to just go all the way. Now I know, UConn is UConn. I mean, we all know the history of that program too. But man, I think this team could really, really do it today, and we're getting ready to see what they're made of.
How about you, Rocky Top Tom? Rocky Top Tom's been added to the team. If you guys hadn't figured it out yet, he's going to be around more and more, providing content on the channel. What are you excited about? You think Tennessee gets it done today? He's muted. It's like I give you guys the opportunity.
I do it all the time, Tom, as you
He's
probably
the
know.
worst.
Don't let Boogie give you a hard
So,
time.
in my defense, my laptop has a pretty loud speaker. So when the intro starts playing, if there's any lag on the back end of it, it's going to reverberate through my laptop. And I'm sure you guys don't want to hear, banshee noises and stuff. But yeah, I think it's a lot better than they showed in the SEC tournament. That's for sure. I was absolutely floored when they lost to Mississippi State in that in the SEC tournament game. They just came out flat. They've had a couple of really good showings this year. I mean, that game against Kentucky where they dropped 100, and then of course, yeah, I don't even want to talk about the second game against Kentucky. But they did have some really good moments this year. And I mean, losing to Purdue by 1 earlier this year started a run of some really close losses to some really good teams that are still, they made it pretty deep into the deal this year. And I think they can get it done today. They got to play like they did against Texas in the last few minutes with that sense of urgency the entire game. Just putting it together. But yeah, that'll give him a shot. And people who really don't like Coach Barnes or they think it's time for him to go, how's it going to get any better? How's it going to get any better than the guy who has slowly but surely won regular season championships, tournament championships, or both, and is slowly but surely getting us further and further every year?
And out-coaching Calipari too. Like flat out coaching him. I mean, Calipari can recruit, but Rick Barnes coaches him up. Man, that defense was suffocating last game.
Every time it comes up,
awesome.
The question is, what do you expect from Tennessee basketball? Right? What's your expectation? To win national championships every year, to make it to the Final Four every year? Coach Shea just said this is only the second time in program history that you've made the Elite Eight. You've never been past the Elite Eight. Like, to be the second guy to do it outside of Bruce Pearl, is this just a lifetime pass now? Like, Rick Barnes just retires here and everybody needs to stop with the regular season, Rick. And on the flip side of that, I think his history has spoken for itself, that it wasn't just at Tennessee, it was also at Texas. He struggled when the games mattered. But, I think if you go to a Final Four, even I think this Elite Eight run, I think will kind of quiet the haters a little bit. Let me catch up with you guys. Joey Carroll, been a member for 35 months. Appreciate the member chat. Says Talkin VAWLS going to keep me entertained on my trip. Appreciate that. 35 months is a lot of support. Dylan Elam for 5. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Let's take care of the free throw merchants, and nobody else can stop us. This is for the 21 Music City Bowl. GBO beat Purdue. Oh, God, that sounds like freaking – anyway, shout out, Dylan. Appreciate the super chat, brother. But by the way, I just want to say, if it's your first time ever on a watch party, we're going to talk basketball. We're also going to talk football. We may talk about Batman. We may talk about cheeseburgers. It's a way for the community to get together, hang out, watch a basketball game. But don't get mad when we're not doing play-by-play. We're here to hang out and have a good time. Go ahead, X. Sorry.
Oh, no, what I was going to say is that, the one thing that does concern me with this basketball team right here, though, is that, like, last game, in the second half, they were on an 18-0 run, and we just went dead cold. Like I just that's something I just never understand why Rick Barnes, like he gets on a hot streak like that and it just goes cold. And I get it, it's not all Rick Barnes either. Like, some of these players need to make shots and everything. But yeah, we just need to just, put our foot on the gas pedal and just keep it going.
Yeah, I think I find with basketball, like, and I think I commented on X and you responded, like, when you have that cold streak, that's when you need to get the ball in your star's hand and let him. And to Dalton's credit, he did do that. He did come out and bury 2 threes after the cold spot. I just thought it went a little too long without him putting up a shot during that dry spell. When you go like 5-6 baskets in the hole, it's time to put it on your MVP shoulders and let him go make a play or two a little earlier and kind of shut that run down. So hopefully if we can go on a run today, we can do that. I think this is going to be another barn burner, as I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well.
A Barnes burner.
Yeah. There you go.
That would be a T-shirt right there, dude.
Man, I can't put people's names. I'm already towing the line. I'm already thinking Cult of Jake. The people want a Cult of Jake shirt, but he's towing the line. Shout out Chase Newsom for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate that. You guys can jump in. That's at Talkin VAWLS Elite. That is a very generous monthly donation. You guys can jump in for just $1 a month. Hit that join button down below. We would appreciate that. Shout out Chase for the support, my man. Dylan says we need a 63 effort shirt. When did I say that? It was during the Ethan Utley stream when me and Coach Jay were streaming that live commitment. I made a joke about being sick and giving a 63 effort. Man, somebody got pissed in the comments. They were like, Butch Jones sucks. It's like, dude, it's a joke. Chill out. I'm surprised that the ESPN game tracker pretty close.
Pretty close in.
All right, Coach Shea had technical difficulties. Sorry. I was like, wait, my game hasn't started. I wasn't live.
Oh.
Oh, crap.
One of the things that I've been continually surprised with after we had such potential with Fulkerson, and he was pretty good. He was a pretty solid guy for a fifth-year senior, but he just wasn't that dominant center, like the really, truly dominant guy who's going to take over a game down low. And Rick Barnes' teams, even with him not being as liked him a lot. Fulkerson was great, but even with that little bit of a lack of dominating type of center, he's just been able to play great defense on his teams and have really good shooters. And that's carried us.
Yeah. And really too, like the only good 2 players that came from our team a couple years ago was, Admiral Schofield. And really the one player that's getting a lot of, talk in the NBA now is Grant Williams.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like he's been a baller ever since he went to the NBA.
I definitely keep up with him. I don't watch much pro ball of any kind other than baseball. But yeah, I've been keeping up with Grant for sure. Because I mean, he and Admiral, man, when they went out against Michigan the way that they did, that really left a bad taste in my mouth. I really thought that team was at least Final Four, maybe national championship game.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That's gonna be about getting a freaking fight.
Yeah,
checks into the game and goes right to being physical.
Who's going to be the guy that comes off the bench next year and starts when some of these guys go? I'm not really familiar with our depth, hardly at all.
Dude, basketball is such a weird now with the transfer portal. Like look at Dalton Connect, right? Like, I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
You're talking about 12-man roster.
No, necessarily. Yeah.
I say like Gainey, because Gainey's been actually pretty dang good. I've actually been impressed with him. And then Carr that played in the last game when he hit that corner 3. He's something pretty impressive. And then I don't know if Awaka is going to come back or not. I don't know if he's a senior or what, but he's pretty good as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, don't we only have like, I think we only have like one commit in the current class. Is that correct? All that on Rivals right now. Although who knows, Rivals.
Yeah.
isn't been the best about updating anything. But
They're not the best about not billing you when you didn't pay for a membership either. Dude, like for real,
no, they are not.
when VolQuest switched to On3, look, I know how they are. They auto renew. So when VolQuest moved to On3, I canceled my Rivals. Well, a full year went by with me not having any access, not having a password because it expired prior. So I went a full year without access, and then they renewed it. And it's like, hold on a second. Like, I get it if I left auto renew off, but I canceled this over like a year and a half ago. Man, and talk about the worst customer service. Absolute trash. Anyway.
Yeah. So it says Toby Awaka's a sophomore. I don't know if that's correct, but that would be great if he at least stays for another year, gets on the floor more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because in my honest opinion, like he's just a big dominant big man than AD. Not like no disrespect to AD, but it's just he's just so frustrating to watch, man. Like
Yeah.
I just like I mean, as gifted as he is and talented as he is, dude, there's just certain plays and I just look at him, I'm just like, brother, you are 7 foot. You need to be like Shaq, barbecue chicken these fools, man.
Yeah. Like
Or-
that Cretan game I was watching. I usually listen to the Vol Network broadcast. I love listening to a basketball or a football game on the Vol Network. It's just awesome. But I did watch the Cretan game almost the whole way through, and he gave up a beautiful shot. He's not even 8 feet from the basket and passes it off to our shooter, Ziegler. I was like, man, you had a perfect look, and the guy didn't even have his hand up. He just doesn't have that killer in him, it doesn't seem. I don't know. That might just be me. But
yeah, I'm just saying. If I'm 7 foot like him, man, I'm dunking it every time. Like getting boards every time. I'm dunking. I don't care who you are. I'm dunking.
Wasn't the Purdue coach the one that was whining about Tennessee being so physical?
Yeah,
so.
I believe so. One of them. There's been a couple this year though that have been that way.
At least they don't go as fast as the football team. Everybody be complaining.
Get that. There we go. I think I'm a little behind you.
O'Shea's got to be behind. I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm a little
behind
too.
I'm at like 15, 14, 15, 13, 15, 12. Right that 15, 9 mark.
I've got this little copyright block in the middle of the TV because I'm watching it on YouTube, but you can kind of see through it a little bit. I don't know how you guys are watching, but I'm
on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Wait, yeah, I'm on Paramount Plus.
These are the conversations we have every watch party.
Yeah,
talk about what we're streaming on.
Yeah,
it's like
Dalton's got such a pure shot, man.
Oh, sorry, my duck is going off here.
You have a duck?
It's my ringer because I love to duck hunt, and that's my ringtone on my phone.
Oh, I was like,
we thought you had an actual duck.
Dude. I thought it was like
I was like, no, I kill the ducks. I don't have a duck. Get it right, Coach J. So
oh man, he's on fire. He's on fire, boys.
Nice.
So I'm at the grocery store this morning, right? And I've got my earpiece in, listening to YouTube on my phone. Woo! Yeah, shopping, doing my thing. All of a sudden on the loudspeaker, I hear a Coach J to the front register. Can we get Coach? And I was like, is Boogie like stalking me? What's going on? Is my wife playing a prank on me?
Answer my text.
I had left my phone in the bread aisle, and they identified me through my YouTube that was open. So
are you
that's
serious?
How they knew. Yeah, but I was like, oh God.
That is hilarious.
It was funny because I was so confused as to what was going on.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I would. I wish I had that on like a recording or on video or something. Man, he's got a great looking shot.
Oh, well, that's insane. I'm not paying for that. No, I'm just going to talk to you guys and watch the thing with the block through it on YouTube because that pricing switch the account is insane. They must be outside of their minds on that. No.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking to myself, we got Hulu. We got this little Roku thing that you plug in the TV, and it's got all the different stuff on it, and we got Hulu.
Yep.
Dude, you got to get YouTube TV. YouTube TV is nothing.
Oh, that's on here.
Well, I mean, I
somewhere.
shouldn't say nothing, but compared to cable, it's like
It's cheap.
half the price.
Yeah.
I think I pay like $60-$70 a month, something like that, for YouTube TV.
That doesn't sound bad. That's more in the realm of possibilities. They're talking about $99 for this thing over here. I was like, no.
The only thing I don't like about YouTube TV is they don't have Bally Sports, so I can't watch the Braves and the Preds. And
Hey, if we beat Philly today, we'll be 3-0. Does anybody know the score on that or what time it starts?
Oh,
usually Sunday's a day. Oh,
what minute mark are you at, Book?
13:06.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're only like 5 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah. So y'all are way ahead of me.
Ooh, I know what you oohed now. Ooh, okay. Poker face, X. Don't worry, poker face. Out of Coach K. You'll never know when I have aces.
Boogie, the Braves are up 3-1 right now in the bottom of the fourth, so they might start off 3-0.
I haven't, man. I used to be, when it was the Braves on TBS, religiously, man, religiously.
Yeah.
Like I got a Del Murphy autographed jersey. That's what's above the Turtles cabinet back there.
Nice.
I got a Del Murphy autographed baseball. Like, man, I grew up on the Braves, but I just don't watch it as much anymore.
I got Greg Maddux to autograph my hat one time. That's
awesome,
dude. That pitching staff, that I had a poster that had Maddux, Glavine, Smoltz, even Steve Avery was freaking good on that pitching staff.
Yeah, it's a fact.
And for the 1 year that he hadn't lost it completely mentally yet, John Rocker, he was pretty good coming out of the
electric, man.
Yeah.
How about Smoltz too, man? Smoltz going from a starter to the closer and being just as like it's two different things, man. It's two different things.
I think he won 8 games coming out of the bullpen 1 year. That was crazy because we kept losing the lead after we'd put in somebody else and he'd come in to close it down. And then he came out and they put him back in the starting rotation and he was throwing 98, 99. I remember when he came back and they were asking, could he do it? You know, the announcers talking about that. I think it was Joe Buck. I can't stand him. He's like, yeah, do you think he can do it at his old age? Yeah, he's throwing 98
we gotta
miles.
Start being more, we got to start being more physical in our box outs. I mean, I know the guy's big, but
like he's getting
we're lucky they're not on.
Yeah, he's getting way too easy boards.
Yep.
Don't leave him in the corner. Okay. Live with that.
So did anybody else see Creighton's coach keep going like this every time one of our guys would pop a 3-pointer shot the other night, just like he wants it to go?
Yeah, I did see that.
It was hilarious every time. Like if you want you guys to get their hands up, the NCAA tournament is way too late to be trying to coach them to do that.
Pop that zig.
Why are you? Oh gosh, follow your shot, man.
Yep.
Like it's the most basic, stupid, keep your eye on the ball type statement ever. Nobody does it. Nobody does it.
Yep. Fact.
Oh man, I thought Connect was just going to throw that up.
Good lurch. Whew.
Oh man, all right, we got a commercial. How y'all feeling about spring camp? Actually, you keeping up with it at all?
Yeah, but I say I was actually watching a few videos, and then of course I was watching the stream you did a couple nights ago, just keeping up with Josh Heupel's been saying about the first scrimmage, and he said that the leadership is just really, like, as far as like the veterans leaders on the team, they really stepped up and they've grown and everything. And then he's talking about the young guys coming along too, saying that he's really impressed that they just come out and they just compete and attack every single time. And that's a really, really positive thing to hear coming out of a first scrimmage. And somebody said it in the chat too, but somebody did say, like, it's like I was saying, he never said there was an issue with situation awareness. I'm just saying,
man, I beat that into the ground last year. As soon as he said that, but that's the thing, man. There are things that they will say We're not seeing practice. We're not, even the media is not watching practice. But there are certain things that a coach will say in a media appearance that triggers me. And I'm like, that's a freaking problem. And then what do we see once we got into the year? And people are like, oh, you're making too much out of this. And then what do we see when we get into the actual football season? A lack of situational awareness. The drops last year. In all the practice videos, so many drops. And I'm the one going, guys, it's fine. It's just freaking, it's spring, it's early. And then what do we see in the fall? We see a problem with drops. This year, we're hearing how good every wide receiver's playing. And, that's what that video that I put out, I guess, yesterday, that's what excites me. The places that we're seeing competition, we're seeing, all right, well, Dante Thornton's balling out. Chris Brazil's balling out. Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley balling out. I am nervous about Cam Seldon going down. That does concern me. But I think this football, hearing that the secondary is playing well, that man, I'm fired up.
Yeah, if
the video you dropped yesterday got me stoked. If the secondary and the receivers play better than we thought, if it is better than we thought, better look out, man.
Yeah. Scary hours.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that secondary gets 30% better, it's with that D line that they have. Man, that it's going to be a nightmare. Whenever you look at that depth chart, you're just like, good golly, like they are just loaded. And I think we're going to tire out a lot of offensive lines this coming up season.
I think so.
I really do believe that. Like, we would be a team that you would not want to get into an overtime game with, because your offensive line's going to be sucking gas. They don't get breaks, and we're basically going to have fresh defensive linemen late in the game like that. That's huge. You can't really put a price tag on something like that.
See, that on the flip side, that's what concerns me about the running backs with Cam Seldon going down, which I think hopefully he's back and at 100%. Shoulder's a weird thing, man. It's going to depend on how the rehab goes, how the physical therapy goes. Is he going to be 100% for all of fall camp? He's a guy that needed this spring, right? And then you look behind him, you got two dudes that are completely unproven, and then you got a true freshman in Peyton Lewis who isn't going through spring camp. It concerns me. And it's why I wish Jabari Small would have freaking come back, man. I think he could have been – I think it could have been kind of what we saw last year with Jabari Small, Jalen Wright, Dylan Sampson. I think you could have seen it again this year with Dylan Sampson, Cam Seldon, Jabari Small. But I get it. If you're done playing football and you're done with school, you're ready to move on with life, I get it.
Yeah, and then same
is the one. Oh, my bad.
Oh no, I was just going to say, even with Jabari Small, remember he was suffering that shoulder injury as well. So, and it's just a tough thing to overcome. But what was you going to say, Tom?
That one thing, that silver lining to the injury cloud on Seldon is, he can play. It really doesn't do anybody any good to have him out of spring practice other than the guys behind him. And to see them have that little bit of pressure that's like, hey, he's out of spring right now. You got to get your act together and get your mind right, because if that carries over into the season, then you got to be prepared to step up and step in. And it kind of brings along a little bit of maturity with those younger guys that might have to step in early.
Hey, dude, you got to hit them easy shots, brother.
Dude, Aidu's being physical. How do you not call some type of foul? That's what I can't. That's this is like talking about our streaming service. Every time we watch college basketball, I gripe about the officiating. But it's like, Lord have mercy, man. Yeah. Look at him down there. Somebody's getting fouled. Either Aidu's fouling or he's getting fouled. He just got pushed in the back. It's like, good Lord. Which I guess they called the push in the back, didn't they? I got my TV turned down so much.
Yeah, they did. They called it. They called it.
When we played UNC earlier this year, I was listening on the Vol Network, and they're kind of losing it. They're like, you got to start calling some fouls here soon, ref, because it was way lopsided that game.
Well, our nemesis.
Was that his second foul or his first? Why does it not have fouls on the freaking? Oh, it does. It does. It does. It was who'd they call that on?
Let's see.
Oh, you got to make that.
Hey, dude, come on, my guy.
That's just cheap points, man.
Yeah, that is cheap points.
Hmm. Is anybody watching the UNC Duke game or not UNC, NC State Duke game in a little bit?
I might peep on it a little bit. But this
Yeah,
depends on if we win or lose.
That'll be
right.
an interesting.
Yeah, I got to
What
go
do
over to families, so we'll see.
Oh, come on, dude.
Come on. Hey, dude, take him out, Barnes. Please, take him out.
Yeah, he looks sloppy.
Yeah.
Very sloppy.
That's so God.
That was my bad, guys.
Yeah, they look jittery. They're fumbling the bag quite a bit. They need to settle down a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
You put
go back. Play your game, man.
What
Just play
in
your
the world
game.
was that?
It's crazy what happens to your mentality when you put a 7.5-foot monster out there and you've been cranking it all year, and then all of a sudden you're playing a guy that everybody talks about. Just go around him. Just go around him. Ball movement. Ball movement. That's
Yeah.
the one thing. And that's what they didn't have super early in the season that they did in the last few tournament games. Good ball movement.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Good shot.
Clout right on cue.
Mm-hmm.
You put basketball on the screen, all of a sudden none of us talk.
Yeah, I know.
We're in here to talk about football. None of us shut up.
Yep.
I mean, it's just the moment, man. Like we all been looking forward for this moment.
There you go.
Trying to get
now we're
How
now
about
we're
picking up
clicking.
Ethan Utley the other day?
Huge, man.
Dude,
I don't think I was
Yes.
talking to Nelson on Twitter. I don't think people realize how huge that was.
it was huge.
Yeah, it was. It's huge.
It just keeps solidifying that defensive line, man. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
SEC's
Rodney
a line
Garner.
of scrimmage league. You know,
Ronnie Garner's
so-
the GOAT.
I hope Rodney
I mean-
Garner. I hope he retires at Tennessee, but I hope it's not for a long time.
Yeah.
And I hope. I mean, you got to look though. A guy like Robert Ayers taking the job as an analyst, he ain't gonna be an analyst for long. He's gonna want a coaching job somewhere. But you got to wonder, man, is Garner on the way out? And if he is, what better person to get ready than Robert Ayers underneath him and learning from Coach Garner?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know, just what he's done with that defensive line
There you go.
going into year 4. You're talking about possibly the best defensive line in the country.
Yep,
Mhm.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a game changer for defense, man. That is a game changer.
it really is.
It is.
Truly.
Now forget, just throw in that you're signing 5-star quarterbacks on top of each other.
Man, Nico's about to tear this league up, guys. Just so you know.
And when they do
I
put
have a
their-
little smirk on my face half of most days right now,
Mhm.
guys, because I'm like, you're gonna kill everybody. It's gonna
Yep.
be great.
What was that?
That's the beautiful thing. It's like we say, you go back to that 22 offense.
Mhm.
I think they're better. I think they're better.
They
In
could
the
be.
22
It
offense.
could be.
They could be.
If Dante
Now, if you-
Thornton catches stuff, yeah, look out.
And now you get an efficient defense. Come on, boys.
Mhm.
Come on, boys. I've been right in between 9 and 10 wins, and now after spring, 2 weeks into spring, I'm really leaning towards 10 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 wins
leaning
is
that way,
definitely
man.
our ceiling. Yeah,
It's
10 wins
doable.
should definitely be our ceiling.
If we can get past that pivotal NC State game, we'll be all right.
Oh
Boogie.
my God! Stop it.
We better run through
Wait,
them.
are you drinking red Gatorade too?
Yeah.
Wait, you're
Oh,
drinking
God.
Gatorade?
He's drinking red Gatorade. Talking about
I don't know if
NC
you guys have ever noticed, but I
What
will
color is this?
never
What
put a
color is this?
label. You'll never see a label if I drink a Gatorade.
You see, what I do is I buy drinking water, and then I put the powder, the Gatorade powder, in it.
That's wise. Tom's
Although
like, I'm offended. Gatorade, I'm out.
These cheap Food City waters, it's like the plastic is so cheap,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
bottles just lean to the side.
Yep.
It's got to support Food City, right? Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center, shopping center, whatever.
Yep.
I don't got no Food Cities out here, so.
Yeah. Also, another player that we forgot to bring up too, that's tearing up in scrimmage right now too in spring camp is a Boo. They said Boo is tearing it up.
Yep, playing well in space.
I'm not a big Powerade fan. I like Gatorade Zero. Gatorade Zero's my jam. Coach, wait. Oh, I thought that was Coach Jay. It was Tom. Tom only uses the mute button when he's trying to talk.
Only when I'm trying to make a point. Yep. There we go. I think I'm a few, probably like a minute behind everybody else, but we're at 25-21 on my screen. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
nice.
commercial. It's a commercial break right now.
Oh, cool. So I must be on the commercial difference, and that's about it. Nice. Yeah, I was telling my girlfriend a minute ago, she's walking through the house with those little podcast things on. She listens to this murder podcast with these two girls, and I swear they're
I guarantee you my wife listens to it. I guarantee you it's
the
same
thing
one.
with the stay sexy, don't get murdered chicks.
I guarantee you she probably
that.
listens to it. Anyway.
Yep. But yeah, she walks through the house, and I swear, man, if you were in California and I'm here in Virginia, you could hear those girls coming through that podcast. I mean, they're really loud. They sound like they're 18 years old and just full of sugar, talking as loud as they can. It's all right, though. I've heard some crazy stuff on that podcast before that I just couldn't believe it, and I had to look it up, and it's true. So I adopted a basset hound the other day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, one goes, unfortunately, after 11 years, and I found this guy on the side of the road the other day. Nobody wanted him, apparently, so we brought him in.
Oh, wow.
He's turned into a great dog, too.
See, we tried we have a dog that's getting older, and we know the time's coming. And so we had the great strategy of, well, let's get a puppy now. And that way maybe it'll make it easier to have one around. And we adopted the dog from hell. It is an absolute nightmare of a dog, man. She craps all over the house, then she eats it, then she smears it on the wall. You get her leash, right? You get her leash to take her out to pee. When you go to hook her leash up, she gets excited and pees all over the floor. It's like never shuts up, always barking.
Wow.
So I don't know if we'll ever own another dog again. I'm ready to just kill them both. It's a multi-poo. It's the absolute worst.
So y'all ready to switch over to cats?
Yeah, man. Well, nobody liked our cat when it died. Nobody cared but me. She was brutal. She was mean. Man, she was declawed because she was an indoor cat. She still had her back claws. She'd grab you and dig those back claws in, bite you, attack the kids all the time, attack my wife all the time. She liked me for whatever reason.
Yeah, we couldn't have a cat here. We've got this is dog number 3 now, so there's no way a cat would make it here. That cat would have to be tough like that, what you're talking about, to make it around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, our oldest dog was just dumb. She'd walk up and look at her. Cat would just just slap her right across the face.
Yeah. My pointer dog that just went a couple of weeks ago, he could give 2 craps about a deer or a rabbit or anything. He would just look at it, start sniffing else. Yeah.
I'm a little behind, but I'm still cheering when I see it.
Yeah, Dalton Connect, he just came
Funny.
off hitting the 3-4s, scores 29-21.
I had a Great Dane that got along really well with my cats.
Here we go.
Coach Jay, I have always wanted a Great Dane, and she won't let me have one.
I'll tell you, that dog was an awesome dog. You could walk him and he wouldn't leave you. You could literally tell him if you were up in the mountains hiking
This
with him.
boy is on fire.
You could tell him, like, Malachi, go ahead, and he'll run up the trail, run around. He'll come back. If something's up, he'll start barking. He was just the best freaking dog, and a great dog to defend your home too, because
Nice.
they're real sweet and good with kids, but you know, they cannot take kindly to unknown strangers. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's what I wanted with this thing. She got a Great Pyrenees last year, and he's massive. He's almost as big as a Great Dane, but he's kind of a wimp. So as far as home defense goes, we're going to have to rely on this little midget basset hound that we picked up.
There you go.
Our neighbors have a dog that, well, it's not our neighbors. They're a few houses down on a different street. Different street, same house number. So we get their mail all the time. All the time. Like the wife looked up my wife on Facebook out of just blindly found because they had our mail and Messenger. So now they message each other all the time. Hey, we got your mail. Hey, we got your mail. Well, they have a dog that they keep outside. Big, I don't know if it's like a husky, big dog, pretty dog. Looks so friendly. My wife went over there to give them a package that got delivered to our house. She got attacked. Like she shoved the package in the dog's face. It bit the package. She threw it on their front porch and just ran. They got like the invisible fence type deal. But you talk about home security, you got a nice friendly dog. Hilarious.
That's awesome.
That's the best too, because it looks friendly. And then you walk up there thinking that it's friendly. You're going to be that crook that just gets real lucky with a friendly dog.
No, not that one. Somebody finally caught my my update on my name. Boogie Bentley, full-time basketball reporter.
Oh, no, I was giggling about it a second ago.
It's amazing how much it makes not a lot of people, a select few people, angry that we do watch parties. Oh, you're gonna pretend to cover basketball now? No.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out with the boys and we're gonna shoot the bull. We're gonna talk about dogs. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Well, and then like you said it on the last watch party that we did, like me and Dauber, man, which I'm not gonna lie, dude, we had like a little chemistry flow going on there. It was like back and forth, just me and Dauber. And then you called out Dauber was like,
because I know better. Like I've been doing this a long time with a lot of people. If I'm not committed to doing it full time, nobody's gonna do it. It ain't gonna happen. It's not. And that's why it's my channel, right? It's on me. And that's the thing is like I get it. People want basketball coverage, and I would do it if I didn't run the Upward League at church. Like I'm not going to let all those kids down so that I can cover basketball for the sake of covering basketball. And I'm not going to halfway do anything. Like I'm at that gym usually a couple of nights a week, all day Saturday. I miss so many games, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to only go post-game shows part of the time or post-game shows when it's a hot time of year like other people do. I'm not going to do that. We're going to do the watch parties the same that we've always done them.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be hard enough doing the football stuff just in itself, because that seems like there's a lot that goes into it for real. I mean, I'm just kind of a casual, apparently. I get called a casual on the Pate thing all the time, but yeah. With how much you put into it, man, I mean, that's a lot of work.
I would rather cover spring practice, recruiting, all that stuff than I would pretend and halfway cover basketball.
Yeah, because it just depends on what team's going to get hot. I mean, that's just what it all boils down to. And then nobody really starts to pay attention until March. So that was an air ball.
I'll be honest.
These are fun. Doing these watch parties are fun.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I kind of was disillusioned with the basketball team after a couple of midseason losses we shouldn't have had. We had those three really close, really good team opponent losses early in the year, and then we started kind of having that midseason slide where you just lose one or two. I can't remember who it was. I think we lost to Georgia, was it? We lost to Georgia or somebody we shouldn't have. And
I think I think in March. Yeah, I think we lost to Michigan. Yeah, we lost to Michigan. I think it was about two years ago.
Oh
He's talking
no, I
about
mean
this
this
season.
year.
He's talking about this
Yeah,
season.
Oh, this season. Oh, my bad.
yeah. I kind of got a little bit. Yeah, we made it to the top 5, and then we started sliding.
Hmm.
But
I'm
that's like what
either.
X just said. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter until March. That's
Yep.
why, like, your diehards watch, right? Your diehards watch. You people that love college basketball, and I get it. That's but the casual, nothing matters until March.
Yeah.
And you just hit that on the head for the it doesn't matter with the regular season. I swear they're doing that to football now with the
That's
expansion.
what scares me, man. It scares me.
It's going to be that argument right there. It does not matter. And then you're going to see the star of the team or the really, really top players on the team sitting out the Chattanooga or the who is it we're playing, Akron or something for homecoming this year.
Or what about at the end of the year? Like if you're undefeated and you're going to the SEC championship game, it's like the SEC basketball tournament. Tennessee getting bounced. Did it matter? No, it didn't mean anything.
No.
Still a 2 seed. Here they are in the Elite Eight, trying to make it to the Final Four. That game meant absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It meant something to me, though. I'll tell you, I was pissed at the end of that.
Yeah, me and my homeboy, because we went to Kickback Jacks to go eat, and we watched that game, and he was just so pissed. He was just like, man, I really want to win this. I was like looking at him like, bruh, this game does not matter. We've already beat Kentucky. We put 100 on them at Rupp Arena. And he's like, well, I know. I'm just being greedy. But I'm like, no, bro, this game does not matter.
I brought my best friend to his first Tennessee game last fall against South Carolina at night. And he just
at that game.
Absolutely fell in love. Oh, that's right. You were at the same game. And he fell in love with it, right? So he's gotten into Tennessee sports and everything. I got him to subscribe to the channel and all this good stuff. But yeah, we were watching that Mississippi State game in the SEC tournament, and he's like, man, it doesn't matter. The announcer just said y'all are possibly still going to be a 1 seed. I said, yeah, that's not happening. But yeah, they're not going to win this game, but it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But I was still pretty hot.
Jump.
And because it is Kentucky, and we all know the history of that program when it comes to basketball. So.
And that's actually, I forgot, I started to say something and I forgot it. That was the whole point of the Kentucky tangent there is I had bought tickets at the beginning of the year for the Kentucky game in Knoxville because I knew we were going to have a good season. We went all the way out there, and what happened? Laid an egg.
Yep.
Yeah. Felt like one of those mid to late 90 Florida games coming back after that.
Oh, believe me, in football, Florida's going to get that ass smacked.
I hope so. By 25, 30 points, I hope they just destroy them.
So Josh Spray, if you ever out there listen to this, bro, we coming
Oh,
for
they're going down.
Yeah, we coming for that.
Josh,
what I don't understand is
Josh Spray,
what a freaking train wreck of a tailgate show. I was so caught off guard. Poor X just sitting there like a deer in headlights. I'm going toe-to-toe with a stand-up comedian that gets paid to insult people, trying to go toe-to-toe with him. Oh, man.
Yeah. But everybody said, I mean, it was funny, and they liked what he said. It fired all of us up, so. But, to be honest, he low-key loves Tennessee. I think he's a low-key Tennessee fan at heart.
He's like Josh Pate. He's like J.D. Pickell. He's like all these national. They know Tennessee pulls views. So he might be a Florida fan, but when he puts out something about Tennessee people watch it. That's why he does what he does. He's not an idiot.
I thought that was a pretty good episode for real. I was very entertained. I liked him a lot. I kind of had that feeling for 6 months after Joe Milton said his Florida comment. I kind of knew we were going to lose, but I didn't know for sure. I knew, but I didn't know for sure. And when we just came out and played like crap, I knew. Yeah.
Can you picture Nico saying that? What Joe said?
No.
He would. He said that's not his personality. And
of course, we all know the real kind of. And yes, it's an excuse, and I know that it was just an excuse, but we know the reason why we lost that football game is because our center was just not in the game. He was out, and I feel like if Cooper was back in there, the offense would be clicking.
we were a different team without him. That's for sure.
Which scares
No
me
doubt about it.
also in 2024. That's another thing that scares
Yes.
me is the depth of the offensive line, especially when they're talking about Vice and Lang. And who else? Who else were they talking about?
I will
snaps?
say,
Shamrod, I think.
yeah, the low snaps concerns me. Someone asked me the other day if I was concerned about like the Jackson Moy highlight, and that I wasn't, because that's an open air drill. Like that's not happening to you with a guard next to you, is a center, you know. So that didn't worry me so much. The low snap reports, those are a little more troublesome, fixable, but a little more troublesome.
VolQuest basically said that Dane Davis is going to be the backup center because of these issues. That's a problem when you roll into next year. Who's going to be your center? Because you were counting on it being Vice and Lang, William Satterwhite, one of those guys. That's we'll see. It makes me nervous.
Well, you got to pull one in, right? You got to pull in a specialist from somewhere who runs a program that has a strong center. So I think those exist, and you can grab one.
Is there any more portal time at all?
Yeah,
after the spring
opens right back up, and unlimited transfers because of all the NCAA lawsuits going on. So how about that story of Caden Proctor transferring to Iowa, signing an NIL deal, and now he's saying he's transferring back to Bama? That's insanity. That is insanity. And I'm all for it, man. These kids, they deserve to make money. I think NIL should be a thing, but good Lord, you've got to regulate it.
Come on, Connect. You should have just went straight up with that, man. Why did you have to need the pump fake right there?
Yeah, that backup center thing is an issue for me, and we're kind of thin at who can legitimately play guard. But if they stay healthy on the O-line and we keep rotating all 50 guys that play defensive line and staying fresh there, then I think we're really going to push people around at the line this year. That's how we're going to win. I think we're going to win 11 games. If we go to Norman, it's really the domino effect. We got to demolish NC State and show that we're for real and we can run the football. And if he goes out there and runs the football 60% of the NC State game because you're getting 3.5 yards, 4 yards a carry, demolish them by 20-some points, 3 scores, something like that, and then go to Norman and play mistake-free football and get that win, then it's the sky's the limit. That's what I think.
I bet Tennessee's at least a 2-score favorite in that NC State game. At least.
I hope. They did well in the transfer portal. You said it. I think it was Boogie or Coach Jay. Yeah, they did well in the transfer portal in the offseason. I didn't realize how well that they graded out.
Yeah, and they had a good team last year. But it's kind of like we always talk about. Two things can be right.
Dude,
like Boogie is right. We got them out talented. Yeah. Agreed. X. Give him a break. Fumbled it again.
Mm-hmm. That's our possession, ain't it?
That's sure is.
Yeah, we all know Coach Heupel likes to run the football with those wide splits, and we kind of hit on this the other night in the live stream when we were talking about it. I think Coach Rice said something about 2 of the offensive line recruits that we're picking up. Hopefully, they play in high school systems with really wide splits and everything. And I was watching some more of that. They look good, guys. Those offensive line kids that we're looking at, killing.
Yep. Got a little cold, haven't we?
Yeah.
As a moving screen. Yeah, they got to call that next time. That was bad. Bad moving screen.
How long do y'all reckon Coach Barnes is still going to be here?
If we somehow win this game and get to the Final Four, I'd say
for a while.
Yeah,
I hope so.
For a while. And then if we somehow get past, the Final Four, going all the way to the championship and winning it, he's going to stay for a long time.
Yep.
That would be the deepest he's ever gone. Yeah, he went to the Final Four when they had Durant at Texas, but I don't think they went any further. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had one Final Four appearance.
He just dropped the ball again.
They do. Come on.
Yeah, he need to sit down. Go get him a Gatorade. Let him think about it over halftime, and then get him back
I think
out.
it's just jitters, man. Like I mean, it's just don't make sense. You're that big and you just out there looking shaky.
It does sound like a Purdue home game.
I haven't had
Oh,
the
yeah.
volume on.
Yeah.
Basketball's everything in Indiana.
Is it?
It is. It is.
I guess all those
Dalton's
other
Indy, right? Dalton's
I mean-
Indy.
at basketball.
There were 4 fouls in that half court possession right there. 4 fouls
Yeah,
within
there was,
10
man.
seconds. And
Yeah.
nothing
But-
called.
Yeah, but I will say they are letting them play. They're letting them play, but yeah, you do need to kind of call some of that. I mean,
Yeah, just a little bit.
that's way too many bodies.
It's gonna be one of those games where in the second half they call everything now, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, everybody gets mad because you let it get to this point, and now
Yep.
it's like you either got to let it go, you got to dial it in early. You have
Yep.
to dial it in early. It's like once you let them start playing physical, somebody gonna get killed.
Like a really bad baseball ump. You're going to
All right,
miss
guys.
horrible calls on both sides of it early and then late.
Guys, you got to hit your free throws, man.
Oh, yeah, that's no good.
12-0 run, man.
That's what killed us in that Michigan game a few years ago were free throws and offensive rebounds. We could not rebound against Michigan.
Mm-mm.
And we couldn't hit free throws. At least it wasn't as bad as that Michigan State game from like 15, 20 years ago.
I mean, if you're ADU and you're going to be all over the place, at least foul like 10 times harder than that.
Do it.
Yeah.
Like at least make them pay the price if you're going to be doing that. You know, you want to make sure they get the old tennis ball well on the eye. All right, let's play football. I'm over it.
Are you guys getting the new NCAA football game when it comes out?
You already know. You already know.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see gameplay because we're going to get gameplay pretty soon.
I'm ready.
Might
Why have they
been
not-
something
why have they
on
not-
YouTube.
Why have they not released the date that it's coming out yet? What the heck? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to plan. This is how obsessed I am. I'm trying to plan our guys' golf trip we do every year. But I don't want to do it on the weekend the game but I think the game comes out usually don't new games come out on Tuesdays? No matter what it is. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm
I
just
think
making
so.
that up.
But we know for a fact it is going to come out sometime in July. So probably like early July, the game might be coming out because all the previous ones came out in July.
Man, we are being lazy on our box outs.
Look at that.
Yeah. I just saw that, yeah.
Come on, guys. I hope Rick Barnes tears a new one in him in the
Yep,
locker room.
they need it. They need it.
Yeah.
Man, Connect is getting ping pong balled. Oh, now he just threw an elbow. Yeah, let's be physical back. There's going to be a fist
Exactly.
fight. There is a fist fight coming in this game.
Mhm.
Boy,
How do you not? God, I mean, it's go Vols.
All
but
the way,
good
all the
Lord,
way.
That's a
awesome.
foul. That's a foul. Like, what the heck, man?
Yeah, that was a foul though.
This is insane.
What the hell is Lord? Boop.
Look at good Lord.
Like this center, dude, like he just making everything for Purdue.
Well, what are you supposed to do? They just throw it to him and he just backs you down. Like, can I stand my ground or not? Can I push back? Because he's pushing me.
Yeah.
Nah, they're not getting into him enough. When you got a big player like that, you got to frustrate him.
Yeah.
When you've got a big dominant guy, you gotta frustrate him.
Mm-hmm.
And even for like Zig, that's what I'm saying. If he's defensive player of the year, like when he brings the ball down, that's when you just get after it.
Mm-hmm. Wish I could dunk a basketball like that. Yeah.
I can get rim, but as far as getting the ball in there, nah. Mm-mm.
I got to see it, X. I got to see a video of that.
You got to see it
Today. On a 10
Today?
When I was high school, I could grab it, like I could hang on it, but
You
it
can
was
hang on
kind
it.
of 50-50 if I could, you know what I mean? Like get every
Yeah.
dunk in. It was kind of like right at
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I
barely
was about to
point.
say. Yeah, because I said, well, back then when I was playing like for Boys and Girls Club stuff, yeah, I said I couldn't dunk, but I said I could at least just touch rim, but that was about it.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, you got to get one here.
Yeah,
Yep.
you need a
Yeah.
Mm.
Ball game, boys.
I said, Rick Barnes, you got to settle these guys down, man. This is jitters.
Yep, that's half.
2-point game at the half. You knew it was going to be a ball game. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
really, for how they played in stretches, I'm not mad at that score, really.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm not
It
either.
could be worse.
They need to
Could
get
be worse.
aggressive on defense.
Yep. Yes. That
Yeah.
defense doesn't look the same as it did the other day.
Mm-mm. I used to love that half-court trap that Bruce Pearl would run. Get those turnovers and then the fast break offense off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, boys, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna go over to my grandmother's and eat and watch the rest of this game. Hopefully, we'll come out in the second half and we'll be on our way to the Final Four.
Don't
I
forget
hope
that
so. All right,
video.
X.
Don't forget that video at Boogie Bentley. I want to see you touch the rim today.
There
in
you-
that,
yeah,
in
there
that
you go.
shirt. In that shirt.
And
go.
this
I
shirt,
wanna see it. Yep.
well, I say, with all this on.
Everything you have
All
on
of
right
it.
now. Everything you
All
have
right.
on.
Get the little suction cup basket hoop, X, and stick it to a mirror and slam it.
Yeah, he didn't say. He forgot to mention he was talking about an 8-foot goal.
Yeah.
8 foot. All right, X.
All right,
Have a
X.
good day,
Take
brother.
care, buddy.
All right, brother. See y'all.
Have a good one.
All right, the link is out for the watch party enthusiasts here. I don't think any of them are here. I knew it would be down a little bit with it being Easter.
Mhm.
That's all good. We're gonna still hang out halftime. I don't know. What do y'all want to talk about? I don't plan anything for this. We just shoot from the hip.
Let's talk some recruiting.
Cruton. I always love Cruton.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next off the board? I don't know if there's any scheduled commitments coming up anytime soon.
I don't know either, but I would really like to pick up Lagonza Hayward. I was just watching his film earlier this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Got a DM from his cousin that he wants to come on the channel. So I said, tell him to give me a follow and then I'll connect. He followed me, so now I gotta reach out to him and see what he wants to do. I think that dude's a Vol. I like him too, man. Was his dad or mom? Somebody was in the chat the other night. Or maybe it was his cousin. I don't remember. Anyway, Tom, I cut you off.
Something like that. No, yeah. And when that happened, I think it was his sister.
It was his sister.
Somebody really, really close relative was in there. And yeah, that got me to start really looking into him. And I was watching his film earlier. He's mean. He shouldn't be doing some of the stuff that he's doing to people. They're just kids, man. You know, I want that in our secondary. I want somebody like Sean Taylor-esque, you know, that's just going to absolutely smack people, or as athletic as Eric Berry used to be, and is just not going to get the ball thrown deep on him at all.
Yep.
Dylan, I think you're talking about Josh Petty. Sounds like he's one that I can't remember what team he's leaning towards, but I think he's moving away from Tennessee, which is interesting. Why make the comments about, I grew up a Tennessee fan? I don't know. Fiero Hughes gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. We appreciate that, brother. That's basically like a super chat. So thank you for the donation. Who got it? VAWLS Slim Jimmy got that free membership. What's up, Black Metal Banjo?
I wouldn't be mad at seeing us continue to lock up the state and get the Jalen Morgan kid that I did the film breakdown on versus Coach Rice. I wouldn't mind putting a nice 4-star DB in-state kid into the boat next. That'd be a good one.
And the receiver that Coach Rice was really high on from in-state. Radarius Jackson, yes.
Both those kids. Man. Give me both those two kids in state, man. We said it during that film stream. I think we both would have been more than happy with both of them, man. You're talking about the film breakdown. I think both of those guys are trending, if you can say trending this early in it. I think Cam Sparks is of all. The question becomes, man, if you get Cam Sparks and you get Jackson, and then you've already got the other in-state kid whose name is skipping my mind right now. That's 3 dudes, and then you go get that big fish, and that's the one that's interesting to me. That Caleb Cunningham, Jamie French. Can they really get one of those elite guys? You would think, man. You would think with this offense, with Nico, with George, and why would you not? But then you also got to think, it's not always money, but there is money. Would they rather spend money on an edge guy? Would they rather spend money on an offensive tackle? Would they rather spend money on a quarterback versus a wide receiver where you get Radarius Jackson, you get, Cam Sparks? Those guys are going to be efficient in this offense versus spending the extra to go get a guy like Carnell Tate. Yeah.
Maybe we could invest in a secondary, heavily invest in a secondary. Since we got some really good offensive line kids stacked on the next couple of classes, it would be great to see them start stacking the secondary just as much. But yeah, who are they going to drop it on though? Got so many needy positions.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Culberson gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. Appreciate that, brother. It went to Shadow Queen 78. That's got to be a lurker. You lurkers getting exposed by the gifted memberships. Appreciate that, Culberson. Thank you for the donation, brother. Let's see. Pierre Hughes says, how about we push to get a center? That's what Tom
Sorry.
That's what Tom was talking about, or maybe Coach Jay, when we were talking about the Vice and Lang issues. You also got to wonder if they go to the portal.
I think they will.
Cover that up. What's up, Donovan? Good to see you in the chat, brother. Long time no see, my man.
Yeah, I think 25 is going to be a portal for a center.
And that's going to be interesting to watch too. That's why when people just want to talk high school recruiting, I'm like, you're living in the past. There's so many more layers to roster management now. It's not just high school recruiting. And if you're spending money in the portal, that's also recruiting, right? And that's to me, that's the overall picture. You got it's not 1997 anymore. You're not just recruiting and building a dynasty through high school. It's just not the way it is. Do I think they need to be better than where they've been? Yeah, but you also had the NCAA stuff. I mean, I think that did factor into Heupel's first 3 classes.
100%. 100% it did. You got to look at it, in its totality. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's going to be awesome when I sit down tomorrow to make a video and forget to take that off the screen and it says full-time basketball reporter. Maybe I'll just leave it for tomorrow's video just to see what somebody says. Man, we got 104 people watching. That's pretty good for a basketball watch party. We are a full-time basketball coverage channel. We're insiders. We're experts. We got that inside behind-the-scenes scoop. If you want that from basketball, come right here to the Talkin VAWLS Network. But do me a favor, guys. I'm joking. Make sure you do smash the thumbs up. We would appreciate that. It's quick, free, and it is easy. Do you watch YouTube on your TV? Is that where you watch it? Or do you watch it on
I watch it on my phone. I watch it on my phone.
I watch a lot of it on my phone, and I always hit the thumbs up. But I'll like good. If it's long form content, I'm watching it on the TV. Like if it's more than
there's times I do
video,
it.
And then it's like I'm never smashing the thumbs up for good. But they've got 1 million subscribers. I think they're doing okay for themselves. So
Yeah, when you drop a video, if I'm at the house, I'll hit the thumbs up on the computer, and then I'll put it up on the TV so I can actually watch it. But yeah.
Dude, I went down a rabbit hole on YouTube. I guess it was just this week. Beard, then this is something I think Coach Jay would like. Beard meets MEATS food. Beard meets food. He was a competitive eater, and he goes all around the world, and he just takes a camera, and he sits down in restaurants and does food challenges. I mean, it's like the ridiculously sized pizzas, but he was I think he was 13th in the world in competitive eating. So he goes in, and these little mom and pop restaurants are like, oh, you're going to get sick. Here's a bucket. And it's like, you got an hour to eat the pizza, blah, blah, blah. Like 20 minutes, dude's done. And he's like, and then the best part is he eats all this food in like 20 minutes. And then he's like, by the way, do y'all have a dessert menu? I'd really like to. And they're like, who is this person?
He needs to be doing our offensive line eating patterns and all that kind of stuff, man. Our weight room ratios.
Yeah, everybody in the chat watches him. I do like the Bearded Butchers too, Dylan. I wish the Bearded Butchers would put out more long form content. I went back, dude, and watched so many of the Bearded Butchers episodes. Their seasoning's amazing. Like if you fix little yellow potatoes, they got like a ranch seasoning. Oh my gosh, it's that ranch seasoning on chicken. Bearded Butchers are awesome. They're awesome. But yeah, Beard meets food. You got to check it out. It's like his thumbnails alone will blow your mind. Hold on.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Who cares? This is a watch party. I can pull it up. Beard.
Do whatever you want.
Food. I can do whatever I want, Coach Jay said.
That's right.
There's a couple of people that travel the country doing those ghost chili pepper eating contests. Have y'all seen that? The Carolina Reaper.
So look at these thumbnails. Like, how does that? And you're probably like, oh, no, there's no way that's the actual size of the pizza. Dude, that's the size of the pizza that this man consumes in like 20 minutes. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. He was in Rogersville, Tennessee for the second one there.
That is crazy.
It was a Philly cheesesteak. I forget how much meat was on that thing. It was ridiculous.
Well, I'm an idiot. I was sitting here trying to scroll down.
I was pointing at the screen on StreamYard thinking that I was showing you guys here, but nah. Look at that, man. It's ridiculous.
Are those syringes are those massive syringes full of beer?
Yeah, I've not watched that, so I don't know what's in the syringes.
I got to watch that.
You win cash if you finish this burger challenge quick enough.
Quite a burger.
I mean, it's
I wonder
so
where he got
fun.
that burger at. It's in Scotland. I was at a place when I was visiting my brother in Indianapolis. I think it was called Bub's or Bob's. I guess it's been on a couple of these. They had like a pound-and-a-half cheeseburger with like, I don't remember how many fries, eating contest. The thing was gigantic.
Everybody, it's hilarious. I can't believe it took me that long to find him. Because you would think if you watch the Bearded Butchers and some of the other stuff I watch on YouTube that I would have found that guy earlier. Man, they're 10-minute videos. I've just been all day long just cranking through them. Why is it so entertaining to watch somebody eat massive amounts of food?
Well, liking good food, liking seeing somebody else eat good food, liking seeing somebody else take down 50 pounds of it. That's entertainment for sure.
There you go.
I'll never forget this one girl who had her own world record in 2 different categories for the Reaper peppers, or maybe it was the ghost chilies from maybe like Pakistan. She didn't break her own Guinness World Record on eating them in a 30-minute span, how many she could eat. But she did then take on the next record that she already had, where she'd rub them in her eyes. She'd literally break them up, get the oil going, the juices coming out of them, and rubbing them into her eyes. That was absolutely insane. That one's still on YouTube.
Jeez Louise.
That does not sound fun to watch that.
It's kind of one of those things that you can't look away from.
Yeah. It's like a car wreck or whatever.
Geeky Bulldog family says we got to bring pressure back this second half.
They need to step up their effort. That's for damn sure. They need to whatever they were at, 80%, 70%. They need to kick it up a good extra 50% on their effort at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked like for a few minutes when they went on a run, what was it, like an 8-0 run, 10-0 run? They looked like they really wanted to bury Purdue. Now it looks like they want to marry them, just, okay, walk over us.
Dalton Connect, 18 points. Jordan James, 8 points.
What is Connect?
Adu. Man, Adu's doing nothing.
No, he looked terrible.
Mm. What is Dalton Connect? I don't have our roster pulled up anymore. Is he a junior or something?
No, he's gone.
Yeah, he's the NBA for sure. I think he is a junior, but
I don't know what. Yeah, he's gone though.
He's got so much money waiting for him.
It would do him so well to stay for one more year, though. I know that's kind of selfish, but it really would do him so well to just do one more year, see what comes of it, truly be the national player of the year.
He's a senior? Yeah. 18 points.
I love the chat. Purdue's players' faces are very punchable.
True.
Get Triple J some shots, hit shots, and hold on to the ball. That's directed towards Adu.
Yeah.
Only have 3 fouls to give.
The fouls,
by the way, obviously there's no fan call in tonight. Tuesday night, NCAA night, Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, Talkin VAWLS live. We'll be breaking down more spring camp in depth. Maybe talk a little Cruton. I don't know. Maybe talk a little Cruton Wednesday night. I got to do some homework. I've been so out of it, man. Just where I've been sick, I've not kept up enough.
I got some defensive breakdowns to prepare. I've got the linebacker kid. I can't remember his name right now. And then the edge kid, who I also can't remember his name right now.
Well, if you're talking about Jared Smith, are you talking about Jared Smith?
Hold on. Hold for vectoring.
Yeah.
I have it written down somewhere here.
I have his video pulled up on Huddle right now. I was getting ready to watch it, and Boogie hit me up with the honor to get on today, and I was like, yep, I'm absolutely down for that. But I was
Boogie was showing some of the Edge kids film the other night. I can't recall.
Is it the 6'6" kid?
Yes.
I can't remember his name either.
From Alabaster, Alabama, apparently.
Jared Smith. 6'6", 235.
Yeah. And then
you can see my notes. It's comical. I'm trying to go up and find the linebacker you're talking about. Ty something. Tyson. Ty. Maybe if I keep saying Ty, it'll make me think of it.
Ty Jackson.
There you go.
Yep.
Dude, which again, the way I watch film and the way you watch film are two different things. But his film, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Coach Jay got to break this down." It reminds me, though. You remember when we were doing T-Lander and Jalen Smith and that group, man. And every time we did one, you're like, "They're violent. They're all violent," and that's what I get when I watch Ty Jackson's film. I'm like, he's just the best way to describe him is he's violent, man. He's going to kill somebody.
Yeah. We'll get. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like Edwin Spillman. I like hearing that in practice they're having to calm him down because he's killing people.
Yeah, I was about to say Ty Jackson is going to be a kid they got to calm down a little too. It's like if he touches you, he obliterates you. But sometimes, he can be a little too aggressive, and we'll get it into it during the breakdown. But if I want a problem as a linebacker coach, it's that my linebacker is being too aggressive, right? That's the exact problem that you hope for as a linebacker coach, that you need to, just kind of dial in their scope on their rifle a little bit, that's when you've got a good problem. So
are we getting together Friday? Is that what we're doing? No, I'll be out of town. I'm leaving town Friday.
So no, I guess not. Whenever we can pick it back up whenever. So these are the next two that I'll be working on. So we'll figure out schedule.
Yeah, we got to get some more film breakdowns done.
Yeah, we'll start getting them back.
Tom and Coach Jay going head to head in a live breakdown sometime in April.
Offensive line versus defensive line, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you want to do, or do you want to do offensive? I thought
it doesn't
offensive
matter.
Line. You both pick.
We'll do both offense,
or you can do offensive line versus defensive line. Either way is fine with me. I don't care.
Cool.
Chat, do you want offensive line versus defensive line, or offensive line versus O-line? O-line, or O-line, D-line? A little help in the chat.
It's got to be a Tennessee target.
Yep.
Jalen Matthews and David Sanders would be fun.
Well, either way, we know who's going to win,
Sports
right?
Panthers is O-line, D-line. But let's see if a couple more people vote. Oh, Culverson says O-line, D-line as well.
It's kind of a fun dynamic, but it just
It
makes
is.
I don't know. It makes it. It
I
doesn't
get what
really
you're
matter.
saying.
It's like when you do the same position, it's like a competition. Which player is better? Versus if you do offensive line versus defensive line, then it's more of a whose film breakdown was better, which is what the competition is really supposed to be about. If you retain the title, Coach, it should hopefully we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till the title shows up at your house so you can have it. Because I shipped it. What I say was it yesterday that I told you I shipped it. So I don't know how long it'll take to get there, but so we'll get it scheduled after that. And then if you retain, if you defend, then we're gonna have a number. And for May, we're gonna have a number 1 contendership face off.
There you go.
And then the winner of that will come back and take you on.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's one of my favorite things we do.
They're really fun to do.
Especially the way we've amped it up and made it more entertainment value. Makes it even more fun. I always liked them back when it was just me and Coach Jay, and we would look at 2 different players. The live ones were always way more fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I even the one where we did Christian Conyer, Jalen Matthews, and Ricky Gibson. That one was awesome. I was thinking about that one the other day and feeling smart because I think I had pegged Ricky Gibson as the best of the group. So
Dude,
I
you
went
nailed
back
a bunch of
watched it. I was like, good job, Coach.
Dude,
I was feeling good about myself at that moment.
The one that always stands out to me
good.
is Jordan Ross versus, which it wasn't a versus. It was just 2 different film breakdowns. Jordan Ross and Williams Nwaneri. Everybody was wanting Williams Nwaneri, and you're like, no, Jordan Ross is the dude. And then Jordan Ross just stocked up, man. And then the Polynesian Bowl, everybody all of a sudden's like, oh, man, Jordan Ross is good. It's like, yeah, somebody's been telling you that for the last
The film don't lie, man.
months.
Jordan Ross's film was special. And a lot of it was in like the details of the film. So, but stuff like that's going to bear out over time. So, hey, he's going to be special. No doubt about it. Man, you're just so loaded at edge.
Yeah,
I think Herring's going to be a good edge too. I know we were without him last year, but I think he'll be great. Where do you guys think is Weathersby going to end up on the interior? Are they sliding him out to the jack? Is there been any news on that?
Dude, he's small. He's small. He was recruited as a defensive tackle, I thought, but he doesn't have that much weight on him.
No, that's why I was thinking that jack. He'd be, he's big for that jack role, but not so big as a D lineman.
Kind of he's a tweener. Like he's
yep. And you've already got so many fast D linemen like, Jackson Moy and Norman Lott and Hobbs that, you don't necessarily need another speed guy inside. So to be able to line, Weathersby up maybe at that other side end when you've got, Ross coming in and Herring's going to be there could be pretty valuable.
Dude, he was getting a lot of buzz during bowl practice when he first arrived. And then, of course, he had the season-ending injury. I think he was going to contribute last year. I think he was going to be in the rotation.
Yep, agreed.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
1/2 away. Not a good start.
Of course, yeah. You know what I'd love to see is our defense carry us this year. Wouldn't that be great in a Josh Heupel team? that is mostly offense to really see the defense take hold and absolutely carry you and truly dominate people.
Dude, Aiden dropping the ball again. Didn't get hurt from it, but good Lord. I think that's the thing, though, Tom, is I think this team's going to have both. I think,
they should be able to play complementary football.
Yeah.
They really should.
Which, man, that's like that 22 team. I mean, like the way they beat Alabama. You freaking have a legitimate – all right, here we go. You have a legitimate defense, then you don't beat Alabama. You really beat Alabama. It's not down to the wire. You beat them by 2 scores.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, man, I think they beat Florida this year. I think they beat Alabama this year. I do.
The game, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but the game I'm really excited about is not this year's Florida game, but next year's. Because I think Nico is going to go snatch their soul right out of the swamp.
I hope so.
And step on it. So I'm looking forward to a little revenge there.
You know who I was really hoping we'd get this year on the schedule, and we got Oklahoma, which is fine. I know the revenge game sells itself, Coach Hyde.
Sure.
I want Texas. I really want Texas. I want them to come to Neyland Stadium and see what a football field is like. I have a deep, I don't even know what you would call it, a deep, not a hatred, because I don't truly hate anybody, but I just absolutely despise Texas. They took our
hate anybody, Tom?
I hate maybe 2 people on the face of the planet. So
I hate a couple of people.
I don't believe there are good people that pull for Georgia. I think they're all terrible, ugly, disgusting human beings. I think it's just that no, there are no good Georgia fans, Eric. There are none.
I'd say I hate them.
Well, one of them's Matt Stafford, so yeah.
Dude, did you all see there was a Florida player, and this is the stuff when I'm like, ooh, I should make drama videos like everybody else, but I covered Tennessee, not Florida players. But there was a Florida player that transferred to Ole Miss and basically said he was excited to be developed because there was no development taking place at Florida. Like, that's a bold freaking statement.
Yep. Yeah. And we've heard that from a couple people, right? Trevor Etienne, before he got busted, was kind of talking about how they weren't really coaching him, how they were just saying, "Hey, just use your skill and play as best you can," or something like that. Which, if that's true, if you're just telling a kid, "Hey, just go out there and rely on your talent," I don't really got anything to show you. Not really what you want to hear.
Yeah. It just seems like Billy Napier is that kind of a guy. You remember how Butch Jones just seemed uncomfortable? Billy Napier seems uncomfortable. He really does.
Did he?
And I'll bet you he has people that gravitate towards him who also feel uncomfortable. I mean, I remember my first year actually coaching offensive line for legit kids, and I mean, it was on a flag team, but still, or not a flag team, like a JV sort of set up here at Longwood, because they just started up like an intramural club team.
Mm-hmm.
And there were kids that were massive and they had so much more talent than I did. And I'm sitting there like, what am I going to tell these guys? Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, because if, I got to have something to say. But yeah, and they took to it. I mean, they really do. When you can tell somebody's being honest and they're really just trying to do you right, you're going to take what's coming at you and just learn from it and pick it up.
The difference between Butch Jones and Josh Heupel is
massive.
The Hail Mary game against Georgia, when Butch Jones hit his knees and started thanking God because he somehow survived that game. Meanwhile, Josh Heupel against Alabama, who Tennessee's not beaten 15 years, there's 15 seconds left. That dude didn't even celebrate when they missed the field goal. You know what he did? He looked at his play sheet and he's like, how am I going to go win this game? Like, he did not celebrate that missed field goal at all. And that was one of my favorite moments from that game, is him just immediately, like, no hand up, no high fives, just boom, play sheet. What are we going to do? How are we going to move the football enough to go win this game? Like, confidence, man.
Like Jack Nicklaus on a golf course.
Yeah. Or I can't remember the coach now. I want to say Lavelle Edwards at BYU famous O-line coach, Coach BYU, and like Steve Young was there, and some of those guys. He had a great talk about, when you're coaching, he like compares it to being a pilot, and how you're constantly, like, if you got a problem and you got to land and like one of your gears down, or if there's any kind of issue, you just keep working the problem even through the landing. You never stop, running your analytics, doing what you're supposed to do, going over the book, calling out your altitude, calling out what's going on. You just continue to work the problem. Right? Because you don't want a pilot or a coach praying, right? You want them,
Right.
you want them finding solutions, right? And handling business, man.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
one of the things I love about Heupel so much, is that he does bring that. It's just an undescribable air of confidence.
Yep.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win by playing mistake-free ball, but you're gonna win by giving effort, and you're gonna win by not juicing yourself up so much emotionally going into a football game that when you get smacked in the face, everything just depletes out from under you.
Yeah.
What the absolute?
Hit that.
I want to see
And
this
that's
replay.
why.
He had to travel. How is that? Not?
Yeah, he took like 10 steps.
And then they call a jump ball. It's like they were waiting on him to get possession of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish I had been there 2 years ago for that Alabama game.
Oh man, can you imagine?
I thought about going. I did, but the last time I went was Dobbs' senior year, and I hate Alabama. Okay, I hate two people, and I hate Alabama. They can, all three of them, enjoy the same tier of being despised. But yeah, that senior year when Dobbs went out like that, man, I was so depressed about that. And they had such a great team too.
Dalton Connect about to take over this game. I mean, he already took it
hope
over.
so.
He already took it over in the first half.
I got to let the dog in. He's crying outside. I forgot to let the dogs out. It's raining.
Freaking animal abuse around here. I guess I'll talk to myself. These guys. Adrian Wells been a member for 12 months. Appreciate that support, brother. 12 months is a lot of support. We appreciate those memberships. If you don't have a Power T beside your name, I've heard rumors that you're a Florida fan. You can fix that. Hit the join button. Most of you guys on the watch parties, most of you Tuesday night crew, most of you guys are members of the channel.
There we go.
Branch for $5. Appreciate it. Says, this is rigged. Refs need an old school. God, you're making me cuss on Easter Sunday after the game. Shout out, Cody. Hey, the link's out, brother. The link is out for the watch party. I think you're a watch party enthusiast member if you want to jump on. If not, that's cool. Appreciate the super chat, Cody. Appreciate any and all donations on this Sunday afternoon. I think that was the top donation of the day. Yeah, knock Dylan off. You gave a penny more to knock off Dylan. I appreciate that, Cody.
Shout out to Michelle, by the way. She's got her Sprechen Sie Deutsch going on. She gave me a compliment on my granddad's beer stein.
Yeah, I saw that and didn't know what was going on. I was like,
I love this thing. Yep. I got two of them. So my grandparents were a lot older when they had kids. So my dad is much younger than people who usually their parents are a little bit older. But so they came from Germany right after the First World War. So, and of course he's adopted. So they tried forever to have kids and everything, but he brought over two things from the old country, a foot chest made out of oak that my dad still got, and the two beer steins. That's all we got of them now. Yeah.
What part of Germany?
Munich, right outside of Munich.
Yep. Been there.
And have you for real? I've always wanted to go to Germany.
Yeah. So I'm as Irish could be, Tom, but my whole family, well, not my whole family, like my sister, my brother, and my mom all speak German, just kind of by happenstance. One of my mom's best friends is from Germany, and she ran like a German school on the weekend. So we all went through it, and then there was this really kind of known German teacher at the high school who was an awesome teacher. And it's one of those teachers like you actually learn, in their class. So by the time we all got out of her class and had the class, as youngsters, we could all speak it. My
Nice.
sister's fluent. I can get by pretty dang good. I'm not fluent, but
That's cool,
yeah,
man.
it's cool out there. And one of my best friends right now is living in Berlin, so
Nice.
been meaning to go see him.
It's a lot better than it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, dude, it backfired though. I won't get too into the story right now because it's muffed up and it's basketball time. But when I was in high school, as a senior, I spoke really well, and we went to the Museum of Tolerance in Los Angeles, and we were supposed to go listen to this talk from a concentration camp survivor, and her interpreter wasn't there. So I made the boneheaded maneuver of raising my hand and going, well, I can interpret. And like the story she told was just horrific and
Yeah.
graphic. And she'd say certain
Ugh.
things, and I'd be like, did you just say what I think you just said? You know what I mean? It was, whew,
Brutal.
rough.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was rough.
My best friend's great grandmother was in one of the camps and she made it out.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. Like they don't really go into a whole lot, but yeah.
No.
May that never, ever happen.
Yeah. Scary stuff, man, when you think of how recent it was too, right?
Within the last 100 years, man, and totally normal people will turn into the worst.
Yep.
Given the chance.
Yep. Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Look,
I would love to go to
let's not
Germany.
take this to a dark place.
Yeah,
A
sorry.
dark place.
I would love to go to Munich though, because my grandmother's cousin is still alive, and she's very, very old, but she's still alive, and their family still lives there. My dad keeps up with them a lot, but yeah.
I got to catch up on super chats.
Okay, good.
T Malone for $5.01. He's like, I got to be on the leaderboard, so I'm going to take that penny more. Says Tennessee going to the Final Four. I just feel it. Shout out T Malone. MG Way for 5 says Dorothy hoping that the refs start calling Edie on his BS fouls. Thank you, MG Way, for the super chat. And then Slingblade says, not so fast, T Malone. For $20, that ain't cheap. That's an Orange Boy. He says, Boogie, I believe our problem is we haven't heard from Pat today. So we'll play the clip for Slingblade. Maybe this will rally the troops, and we'll put on more steam.
Rocky Top!
Shout out Slingblade. $20 ain't cheap. Biggest donation of the night. We appreciate the support, brother.
Are you muted, Tom? You might be muted.
Now I am. She had just gotten back. I didn't want her murder podcast bleeding through again if she was still running that. Yeah. So, guys, we got the number 11 or 12. I just saw it. 11th ranked 25 recruiting class. And if we do pick up one or two of those guys, I think one of y'all was saying it the other night, we would have like a top 8, top 9, top 7, something along those lines class. And if they perform this year on top of it, get the ball rolling.
Man, they just want it more right now.
That was a disgrace right there. How
Yeah,
many
it was.
offensive boards did they just give up in a row? Like 3.
Yeah.
Good gravy. I think that's the key for recruiting this year is winning on the field. I think
saw that.
I think that will take the class of 25 from being good to being great.
Yeah, agreed.
Man, the chat is on to something about these punchable faces. I freaking hate this guy.
Yeah. They are annoying. No basket. They waved it off, right?
Yeah, I think they called the foul on Ziegler. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard to watch a game when you've got headphones on and the volume down and you can't hear.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meshack has 3 fouls, James 2 fouls, Ziegler 2 fouls, Adu 2 fouls.
I wonder what Purdue's free throw percentage is, because if we actually do try to climb out of this thing, it's going to come down to some free throws.
I don't like that we haven't been attacking their large center at the
Mm-mm.
basket too. Like
We
usually
haven't.
in a game like that, you want to try to get them in foul trouble, man, and
Mhm.
drive hard to the basket, get into their body a little. I mean, it's the NCAA basketball. Refs love calling fouls inside,
Mhm.
so
And then start
wanted
kicking
to
it
drive
out. And then start kicking it out. We got the perimeter shooters for
Oh,
sure.
that-
If you get a
right there,
couple of good
yeah.
drives, yeah.
Although right there they drove it, didn't get the call. So
Look at the difference, 17 free throws, but they're only shooting 64% from the line. But Tennessee only has 9 free throws.
Yeah.
9.
yeah,
9 times. There we go. Here we go. Man, this is such a freaking, which a lot of basketball is, just hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold.
Mhm.
Yep. It's definitely a game of runs. Are you watching on like straight? Or you watch on YouTube, huh, Boogie?
Yeah, YouTube TV. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check more into that after this is over for sure. Because if it's at that cheap, that's definitely worth it.
I think it's $70, something like that. And that depends on what you get with it too. There's different tiers and levels. That was weak.
Wow. Man, they're kicking our ass on the boards.
Freaking Steph Curry distance there.
Yeah. The play-by-play on the ESPN thing here is going faster than my TV, so I'm watching that now. I hate being a minute and some behind. I really do, because you guys will see something and get to talk about it, and I'm
Boogie's ahead of me a bit. He's
Yeah.
like 10 seconds maybe ahead of me. I think he's
Chow-
kind of right on where the ESPN thing is.
That's what surprises me is the ESPN thing, me being right there with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would pause it and let you guys catch up, but then the chat
The
is
thing
so
would be,
far
yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're fine. I wonder if I can put it on.
YouTube will shut you down.
Yeah, they will.
We're talking about fascists earlier, man. Fascism at YouTube. Let us watch the basketball game without the square in the middle of it. I mean, come on, it's a basketball
I'm surprised
game.
I'm surprised there's even a link out there that's not been shut down yet.
Oh, they'll start eventually, like with that the Alabama game this year. Like I said, I usually listen to them on the Vol Network, but man, they had the Alabama and the Georgia games this year on lockdown on YouTube. They were deleting them or basically mooting them as soon as somebody put up a new stream.
Yeah, I didn't think they lasted long. Now, some people have ways of fixing it. I've seen like a lot of times, anytime Jake Paul or Logan Paul fights, and I want to see just after the fact. Like I don't care about the actual live thing. I want to watch just the after the fact. People will mirror it, right? They just reverse it, so it's just backwards, and that keeps it from getting caught. It's insane, man. Insane the stuff that people will do to do something illegally, like the depth and the length that they will take to do something illegally. It's like, geez.
It's because they got shut down before and they're determined to make it happen. Yeah.
It's like, look, we got in trouble for swiping 247 Sports for their stream. I got copyright struck. Guess what? I'm never doing again. I will never. And that to me is kind of lame because we showed what, Coach? Like 30 seconds of it, a minute.
Not a lot at all.
It's like, give me a break. But they were mad because our stream destroyed theirs. We had way more people watching us than the 247 Sports stream.
They were definitely hurt.
So you know that somehow they saw it out there and they were like, "Oh, we're copyright striking this guy."
Yep.
Were they a specific kind of hurt? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah, very specific.
It was Braylon Russell. But Braylon Russell. That's who it was.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Yep. Because that was right before we went to Disney. And people were like, "You got to live stream the Mike Matthews commitment." I was like, "No, I'll just post a video." I couldn't have live streamed it anyway. I got banned from streaming for 7 days. But I just so happened to be on vacation where I wasn't going to be streaming anyway. So.
I feel like we might have gotten the last couple live commits we've done, right, Boogie?
George.
We've gotten a couple. Yeah, we got George. Yeah.
I guess was what's his face? Jordan Seaton. Was he the one prior to that?
I wasn't there for that one though.
Who did that? Was it
for
just
whatever
Coach
reason?
Rice?
I think so.
All right, boys.
Yeah. They better put a run together.
Chad, I wouldn't necessarily wave the white flag and say the game's over. Man, that's the thing about Tennessee fans in general are very emotional.
11 minutes left.
And it's like,
long
man,
time.
They think a game's over. And it's like every single play, which I'm bad about it with football. I'm like, you don't pick up first down here, this game's over. And it's like the first quarter.
You want to hear the worst one ever on that, man? So after that incredible start to the 04 with the James Wilhoit field goal and everything against Florida, the very next week we go to Auburn game in Neyland. And they had Cadillac and Ronnie, and they put up, 1,000 yards rushing in one game. And my stepdad, he said, "Oh, no, we early. We got to stay, don't be a fair weather." I said, "Pop, they're crushing us. We're out of here." And it sure was. I think it was 35-7 or something like that at the end of that game. That was horrible.
Oof.
But that's where I got my emotionality from, for sure. That game.
I've never left a game early. Never.
I wanted to leave that one early. I wanted to leave the Georgia game in 2015 too. When we came back from, 24-3 at halftime. That was the same year we beat Florida after losing 21-3 at the half.
Yep.
My buddy said, "No, let's stick it out. We're going to score on the first drive of the second half. If we don't score on the first drive of the second half and they get another score, then yeah, let's roll." And we won. I couldn't believe it. That was the best game I've ever been there for.
Another cold spell.
Yeah. No one wants to shoot. Dalton's cold.
Oh. Man, a big dunk right there would have set him off. Is that accurate? Is that an actual number, Culberson? 10 fouls for Edey, but he's not been called for a single one. He doesn't have a single foul, but it's the 10. I mean, how's that possible? How's that possible, as physical as he is, that he's been fouled 10 times but hasn't fouled a single time? Come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, moving screen again.
He just got pushed.
They've been bad that was a bad moving screen. That was ugly.
He just pushed him into the second row of photographers. Watch this.
Oof. Wow. Hey, yeah.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see the replay.
There was a moving screen on the play before it, too.
He must have punched him in the face to get called for it, though. I can't actually see what's going on with the actual play, but I'm checking on the feed there. And just from what the chat's been saying, yeah, it seems like he must have punched our guy in the face.
Well, I would hope they called it on him. Retro, he threw somebody into the third row.
Yeah.
Did he Ron Artest him?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh, Ziegler with the take. That was beautiful stuff. Fake.
It's like 10
There we
seconds
go.
behind.
Nice.
Man, that was a nice take.
Hey, if he heats up and gets hot and then heats up too and starts connecting, yeah.
Oof.
Not to be a goofball there.
Hey, man, 3-point
Oh,
game. Bite
Get your
down.
hands on the ball. Connect's like, bro, can you not freaking Good hustle play. Come on, Connect. Finish. There we go. Now we're cooking. Hey, we're cooking. You see that? You ever watch that guy on Instagram? His reels, long-haired dude. Hey, we're cooking.
I think I know who you mean.
He's always drunk or hungover.
See, I'm like a good 8 seconds behind you. Connect just hit that layup to bring it to 1. Yeah, just a second behind. Uh-huh. Yeah. No. Screw it.
Did I miss a super chat? Oh no, that's Sling Blades. I forgot to unhighlight it. Man, oh man. How insane would it be if Tennessee wins? They win in the Final Four, and it's Tennessee and Alabama.
That would be
national
awesome.
championship. Can you imagine?
That would be
That
awesome.
would be
How insane that would be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. They would play Duke next, yeah? Or would we play Duke if Duke beats NC State?
I think Tennessee plays the winner of the next game. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure.
They could beat Duke with the way they've played this year. I've seen a couple of their games. They've lost some games they should have absolutely won. Then again,
me too.
Yeah. One of my former teachers, you talk about actually learning something in class because you respect and like a teacher and they can just get across a message to you. He's a huge Duke fan. We used to give him so much trash. When they lost that VCU game in the first round, when VCU had Eric Maynor, because, of course, I'm an hour and some from Richmond. We all love VCU around here, except for him. He can't stand them now.
Look at this guy in the chat. I'm hanging out in the chat. I'll be there at the beginning, Boogie. Then I got to leave. Then he pops in the chat 2 hours later. Look at that guy. Just look at that face. Talk about punchable faces. What's up, Dauber? Donovan for 5. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Says, what up, Boogie? Man, why y'all always try to make me cuss like a sailor in the super chat? Says, this is ridiculous. Foul with one call. They're letting him play football 8 minutes. Let's go. That's what's so funny about it is the fact that their coach was the one, and there it is right there. Rolly Season saying their coach told UT, the media, that UT was the most physical team they played and they beat UConn. It's crazy that he complained about how physical Tennessee was and basically acting like, I think, what did he call them, wrestlers or something? It was something stupid, some smart remark.
We should have dressed up T-Lander and just let him annihilate the center.
He got 5. He got 5 to play with.
Got 5 to play with. Just let T-Lander in there. Let him.
That was my role the one year I played basketball.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Man, I sucked at basketball, and I just played rec league. I was terrible. But there was one game where I was like, I'm playing center. And they're like, what?
Wait, what?
It's like, and I was like, yeah, y'all step out. I'm playing center. Man, the poor dude that we played against, I held him. I grabbed him. I pushed him. I bet I fouled him 47 times in that game. Just an absolute – that's what somebody needs to do to Edie.
Make him miserable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they sent me in at the end of the game on a couple of occasions when it was time to foul. I learned real early I was not good at basketball. Not at all.
Just gonna have to accept being.
And just watch him. Just watch Edie. Look at him hook right there.
10 second California delay.
There you go. Playing fit. Oh, he's crying. He's crying. He wants a call. Oh, man, you got
Poor
out physical, big fella.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
I'm going to have to make a clip about how I hate Purdue people, too.
Yep.
It does seem to be that they are one of our most
Get a
pesky
bucket.
opponents. Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting to put the thing. I'm taking it down because they're showing commercials.
You're all right. Get that game. Just can't hold on to the basketball today.
Right in it, though. They're right in it.
They are. 8 minutes to go.
With a lot of time. Yeah.
A lot of time. That's a lot of time in basketball. You know, we hadn't really heated up in this game either. So I'll definitely take getting warmed up at the end rather than the beginning in basketball. Kind of cat.
Retro, that's the problem with sports in the year 2024. Came back, showed 2 shots, right back to commercial. That's like them wanting to shorten the game. Are you really? Like, you're not shortening the game. It's still going to be the same amount of time. It's going to be nothing but freaking commercials.
Yep.
Yep.
That's like baseball. Unless I'm at a baseball game, I can't watch it on TV anymore. I really can't. It takes forever.
It's got to be like a playoff game.
College baseball is not as bad.
Game on TV.
College isn't as bad. They go pretty quick.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's the one thing I haven't done at Tennessee yet is to go to a baseball game. I would love to go out for a couple of days.
That would be cool.
Watch a 2-3 game series over a couple of days. Absolutely. With my Talkin VAWLS baseball shirt on.
There you go. There you go. Man, I've not been to a baseball game in forever. Gosh, it was when Eric Ainge was quarterback because me and Snake went to the spring game. And then after the spring game, we met Eric Ainge, and then we went over and watched Tennessee play Arkansas in baseball. That would have been, what, 04? No. I don't know. What year. I don't remember if it was Ainge's freshman year. I don't remember. It's been forever.
Yeah, I was hoping Tennessee would make it into the bracket at Crypto Arena here in Los Angeles, but didn't end up working out. I was going to go if that happened.
Maybe I'll go to a baseball game this year.
It'd be cool.
Which they're playing LSU the day of the orange and white game, but I didn't get tickets. I'm just if I'm gonna watch the orange and white game on a TV outside Neyland Stadium, then I'll just watch the baseball game there too. And I ain't staying for the whole freaking thing. I'm leaving. Which I told X though right before we went live. He's like, I heard when you got sick, I was thinking you're going to miss the orange and white game again. It's like, no, I got sick at the right time. I got 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks to heal up and get ready. But if it rains, I ain't going. I ain't driving to Knoxville to sit in the rain and watch the game on a TV.
Nope.
Everybody feeling better now, though? Everybody's good?
I don't know. My oldest daughter has it now, too. She's probably 2 days behind me. I think she got it on Tuesday. But my wife's still sick, man. She's had it for 2 weeks.
So one thing that's nice when you get all the kids out of the house finally, Boogie, is you don't get sick every other day.
Yeah, but you see what happens is when you think you're close to getting the kids out of the house, then you just bring a new one in.
I say that, yeah. My son's visiting next week, so he'll probably come bring me some kind of sickness from Colorado.
Coach Jay, you can't be old enough to have a son that's away and comes to visit you. There's no way.
Yeah, I've got a 22-year-old son.
Holy cow. Okay.
Tom, I have a daughter that's already graduated college.
20. No,
you don't.
I have a 23.
Wait,
hold on.
My daughter's 23, man.
22 and 24. My daughter's 24. My son's 22.
My daughter's 23, and then I got one in high school, and then we're fostering one that's in preschool.
Yeah, I was a wily young man, Tom.
Sowing wild oats. That's what's up.
Aren't we both 42, Coach Shay?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought we were.
Yeah, you graduated in 99, right, Boogie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. No. Yeah,
Boom.
My daughter was born September 17th, 1999.
What's up, Vol fan for
Ooh.
life?
Ooh. Ooh.
Man, let's get hot right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Right here this last 7 minutes.
Absolutely. And he just missed a shot too.
I know I'm behind, but I don't care.
Just fake it till you make it, man.
That's all I'm doing, man.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, it gets down to like the last minute. I might have to like take my headphones off and just watch TV.
Oh, come on, connect.
Oof.
Yeah, this is when it's going to start to get real fast. You're going to start seeing a lot of missed shots.
Yep.
People trying to get that run going. Just take your time. Y'all are getting a lot of money in college now to make these shots.
Yep.
And 13's he may have done a better job than anybody being physical with Edey.
He won't be. We don't. Well, we might. We could have our first round pick this year. Hopefully, he's a Laker. That'd be awesome if he was. I don't think I've ever had a Tennessee Volunteer be a Laker.
Boom!
Something good. Gonna get the Coach J delay right here.
You'll see it, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it back on.
Yep.
And
There you
they've
go.
expanded the square to almost the exact size of the TV at this point.
Play
They
physical.
really don't want you to see it. Yeah.
Man, he is taking it to Edey, man. He has this entire second half. You freaking talk about playing fit. Did they call a foul from the other side of the court? Did they call a foul right there?
I
can't
think
hear.
I'm not sure.
I think it's just kind of some kind of stoppage.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
that's
It
what I
was.
think
It was.
too.
Yeah, no foul. God, he's playing physical. I love it, man. And then
So
they
you
took
said
him
y'all
out.
got to meet
They took
Eric
him
and
out. Yeah, we met him after the spring game.
That's cool, man.
That is
He's
cool.
one of my. I know he had a little bit of an attitude problem, but well, maybe not as much of an attitude problem as a little bit of just issues of some sort. But he's definitely one of my favorite balls.
I loved Ainge, and I loved him when he went to
Georgia.
When it was Tennessee sports radio. I loved listening to
Jump
Ainge
ball.
every day. And I've actually got an Ainge autographed jersey. It's in the closet. I don't have room for it. So I'm hoping if we do end up moving, which we're very close to being, I mean, we put an offer in, it's accepted, but we're going through the inspection and all that crap. When we move, I really want to lay out my office better.
Nice.
Like, I added so much of this crap randomly. Oh, come on, Connect.
Congrats on that, though, man. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
We just need more room. We're adding the little guy. We got it. We need more room.
You know what would go perfectly right underneath that Eric Ainge signed jersey is a picture of our guy. I think it was Jason Swain diving into the end zone when they dropped 50 on him in Athens.
Mm-hmm.
That side cover. Yeah. That was a great game. I had a friend who was a Georgia fan when I was in high school. That was a bit of an embarrassment for him. I called him up. I hadn't seen him in years. I said, "How about them VAWLS?" He hung up on me.
So Walker fouled out.
He was so pissed. And they should have won that game too.
That looked like a 50-50 ball to me. Yeah, that was a BS call. I thought it was a 50-50 ball.
But again, why I always gripe about college basketball, that's a foul, but what 13's been doing isn't.
College basketball is terrible. I think it might be the worst sport for refereeing.
We had some really bad calls in football this year too. I know everybody, like myself, I was a big proponent of putting number 8 on the field after the Florida debacle, but there were some atrocious calls. I mean, absolutely atrocious calls, like that spotting call where our guy calls for fair catch against Alabama and they spot the ball where they called for it. Yeah. if they had done that to Alabama, you can guarantee Nick Saban would have been on the field, like talking to the refs. I know the commissioner. I'm calling him right now, and you're going to reverse that call. That was horrible.
Yeah, that was a joke. I think it was T-Lander that did it, but I don't know that he even signaled for fair catch. I think he was pointing to the ball. I don't think he actually signaled fair catch, but I think it was because his hand went up.
Well, he should have been at the 25.
4.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, man. I think we got it. I know it sounds kind of odd, but I think we got it. We're going to go on a run at a good spot.
Michelle dropping a 50 spot. What are you doing, Michelle? It's not even Tuesday night.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Michelle says, appreciate you guys doing a live stream on Easter. Well, shout out, Michelle. Appreciate the super chat. $50 is not cheap. We appreciate the tip in the tip jar. So thank you for that, Michelle. Tuesday night, NCAA night. Y'all come hang out, man. We'll have some fun. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, Talkin VAWLS live.
Did you get to DJ last week?
Yes.
Nice.
And I was so sick. I was so sick. And I was like playing music. We were a few bucks away, and I was like, I know these psychopaths are going to do it. And I was like, all I really want to do is go to bed. I did no theme, but it had to be a song that impacted your life in some way, that reminded you of a major moment in your life. So everybody played sad stuff, of course.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you could play the stuff that's changed my life the most. It's pretty violent. No, I like good stuff, man. I know there's a couple people in the chat we've talked about some old country music with before, but like heavy metal, man. You like heavy metal?
Oh, cannot listen to
old.
it.
No, I mean like real metal, like Iron Maiden type, early 80s metal. Like,
see, I really call that like to me that's like heavy rock versus versus death metal.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like the like I can't
Cookie Monster stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I can listen to old 80s what I guess you would call 80s metal.
That early stuff, like even Late Zeppelin, the Physical Graffiti album, they've got some metal on there. I mean, their first album, they had Communication Breakdown. That's kind of pioneering metal. And Black Sabbath, absolutely. And Vanilla Fudge. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're great.
Nope. Black Sabbath, obviously I've heard of. But.
Check out Vanilla Fudge. They're kind of like their influences. Ozzy used to talk about them back in the day. Oh, yeah. And, of course, he's crazy. So if he likes somebody, they got to be good. All right, let's get it going, guys.
I'm over these commercials. Shout out again to Michelle. $50 super chat is not cheap. We appreciate the tips in the tip jar this afternoon.
I think she wants to see the Ric Flair woo. I think.
Yeah.
You think I disappointed her by playing the $1 Million Man? I can do it.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. Me, woo, my God, Gene.
I love that one. That one makes me laugh every time, dude. Have you ever, if you're on Instagram, look up no context Ric Flair memes, and it is so freaking hilarious. Like it kept popping up in my feed, and every time I would like it and laugh, and I was like, why do I not just follow this? I'm so bad about that. Like something will pop up in my Instagram feed, and it tickles me to death, and then I don't follow it for some reason, but it just keeps coming back in because I always watch the reels.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Ric Flair, man. I used to everybody in my friends group used to hate him. And, of course, that translated into giving me a hard time for liking him so much, but he was always my favorite, man.
Yeah, we had a buddy in high school that was, of course, we were all backyard wrestlers, and everybody had their guy. My guy was The Rock. My best friend loved Mick Foley, man. He loved him. And then we had a guy in our group that it was Ric Flair, and we all made fun of him because Ric Flair was his favorite.
Ric Flair made everybody else around him so much better.
Oh,
you could just – his matches were absolutely that much better. And I love the documentary that they did with him, and they asked him who the best wrestler was after Hogan and all these other guys had said, no, it's Ric Flair. Ric Flair said it was Ricky the Dragon. He said their matches together were absolutely top notch and the best.
Have you ever heard that he had self-esteem issues though?
Yeah, big
Major
time.
self-esteem, and that's crazy to think.
It is, like, and you can kind of see it in his personality too. Like he lived to be Ric Flair.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go, boys.
What I didn't know till I watched that documentary on him was that he got the Nature Boy nickname from somebody else from back in like the 50s.
Buddy Rogers.
So that's pretty cool. I guess, Rogers? Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't alive back then.
Well, when I was training to be a wrestler, I had the guy that trained me was very much a history stickler. We were driving to Kentucky one time for a match, and he asked me a question about somebody that wrestled in Memphis, and I said, I don't know, and he punched me in the side of the face while I'm driving down the street. It's like, geez.
So you actually were going to do some wrestling for real?
I did for a while, yeah. I had
That's
a
awesome,
cup of coffee. Man. A cup of coffee.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you did the Talkin VAWLS network, because one day I just happened to be on YouTube and I was pissed off after a football game, and I came across a recorded conversation that you had years ago with Dauber and somebody else.
Probably JP.
I guess it was. Yeah. And then I started listening to more of it, and I was like, this is great. These guys are just like me. They're pissed off that we're not in 1993 or 4 anymore. You know? Yeah.
See, that's what I want the channel to be. When people understand what this is, like when people insult me and attack me and say crap, and they're like, well, you're no expert. And it's like, I know that I say it every video. It's like, I am exactly like you guys. And I felt like when you watch the media, when you listen to them, they're reporting. They're not reacting on emotion. And I want a place where I can react with emotion, with like-minded people. 3.5 minutes, 1-point game.
Yes, sir.
Up, man. D up.
Like exactly 10 seconds behind you guys. Yeah, like I'm at like the 3:37 mark. Something like that. Stupid Hulu.
I know some of y'all man, I got
when ESPN's on, I'm on like the same time as you guys, but when it's on like another channel from Hulu, it's different.
Man, they need to force a turnover in a bad way.
Even if they just get 2 defensive stops in a row, that would be, I mean, enough to tie it up and take the lead. Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Hey, that's all right. That's all right. We'll get it back. Trade baskets. Get a turnover.
Shoot free throws for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yep.
There we go.
Gosh, man, they are so loud.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Can't miss. Yeah.
That was a nice little play right there, but
yeah, it was.
Connection's off now, man.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Sometimes he hits a stupid shot with 2 hands in his face, and sometimes he gets in his own head and he can't make anything.
Yeah, no, I don't know what he is from the 3-point line.
He's taking shots. I've seen rebound. It was insane. Yeah.
No, the rebounding's what. If Tennessee loses this game, it's going to be because of the boards.
That was the most ridiculous flop I've ever seen in all the basketball that I've watched. What in the world was that?
What? What was that? Yeah, what was that?
I mean, my Lord have mercy.
That was
what
bad.
a joke.
He looked at him too mean. He really did. I saw how he was glaring at that guy, and the ref just felt it. He had.
I mean,
Yeah.
he made contact with him, but knocked you off your feet. Are you kidding me? A freaking idiot.
Somebody could write a book called The Life of a Tennessee Vol and just base it on all the heartbreak because of these horrible referees. You know, Boogie, I don't know if y'all touched on it. I've watched the Fall of the Vol series twice. There was a call in that Florida game when Tebow was a sophomore and he finally started for them. We were up 17-0 on them, or maybe it was 17-7 on them, and we got a pick six that got called back because one of their offensive linemen pushed our defensive end into him, and his hand barely graced the side of his helmet, and they called an illegal hands to the face, and that would have been 24-7 or something crazy like that. That is a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
Horrible calls.
It was a nice take by Ziegler, but 6 points, minute and a half. That's an eternity in basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
MG Wade, reasons I hate basketball. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking my language, bro. I think no matter what, I mean, I think you still got this run to the like you said at the top of the show, only the second time in school history. I think that means something. I think you got
it does mean something.
You know,
with another regular season championship. I know it's not the trophy and it's not the Final Four, but it is another regular season title. He's got what, 3?
Yeah. That's more impressive to me than being an SEC tournament champion.
Yeah.
Winning the regular season is way more impressive.
And not only that, you got to continuously, be competitive to finally get that breakthrough one year. You kind of got to be on the hunt, right? So I think Rick Barnes will keep him on the hunt for years to come. And then it just takes that right, combination to get through and getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, basketball teams can catch fire at any moment.
Yep.
They really can. It's that much more acute than in football or especially baseball. Baseball, you can get hot, and then look at the Dodgers. They win the World Series of the regular season every year,
Yep.
Just can't win the championship.
Nope.
It's hard.
What's up, Cody?
Kind of success. What's up, man?
Just get ready for work.
There you go.
Is that where you move from the back of the truck to the front? Is you getting your driving shoes on?
Put on eastbound and down and roll.
There you go.
I'm literally watching the game right now. I've got my TV set up in the truck too.
Nice.
What if he's going west, Tom?
Hey, the song is still great. That song will never die.
I'm actually going. Neither one of them work.
That's not Hank Snow. Who was that did Eastbound and Down? Jerry somebody.
Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed. Thank you. Alligator Bait. I don't like gators, but I like that song.
She looks angry. Is that his mom or something? They keep showing her. She looks mad.
She does look mad.
That's a nice. All right. 5 points. Got a foul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not. They're just playing straight up defense.
I would have fouled right away.
They got a lot of cojones sitting there not fouling like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically banking that you're going to get a stop and then foul.
And a 3, yeah.
Yeah, I would have fouled right out of the gate.
Yep.
Don't foul this late.
Yeah. God, it's like when coaches let 20 seconds run and then they take a timeout. Like, come on, man.
Why in the world did you let all that clock and then foul? What in the world?
Yeah, that don't make any sense.
What was there? 6 seconds on the play clock? I mean, on the shot clock.
Yeah.
Football
Yeah.
world.
God, I wish it was football season already.
I know, right?
Oh,
It is, man. It's spring.
It's gonna be so good this year. Oh man.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. Nobody believes me on the chat threads, man. Y'all got to get out there with me, Vol Nation, Vol Network, Talkin VAWLS, everybody. Because for real, nobody believes that we're going to be better than like a 9-win team this year. And I keep saying 11-1.
Airballed.
If they can get over OU.
He just airballed the free throw. All right, man. I don't like the decision to let that clock run and then foul, but you basically got to stop right there.
Yeah.
Whoa. Connect just freaking trying to take over.
Yeah.
Freaking Edie. Baseball team up 6-0 on Georgia in the 7th inning. Love to see it.
Excellent.
All right.
That'll help with a sense of dejection. Yeah. Oh, nice. This is even ahead of that.
Oh, the ESPN thing?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being a Purdue fan trying to find a Tennessee channel on YouTube.
In which everybody hates you.
I cannot imagine just having absolutely no life that on Easter Sunday you're looking for a Tennessee channel to go brag. Oh, weird.
Like all those Colorado Buffalo fans.
I mean, it's been a long time. I've not got to ban somebody in a while. That guy didn't really do anything to deserve to be banned, but I'm going to ban him just because I want to.
Yeah. It's all right.
Makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah, I wonder whatever
happened. At least we can get back to watching a real sport and talking about a real sport.
For sure.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Damn it.
I got my depressed face in the closet in there. I can put it on pretty quick. Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't been blamed for this loss yet.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's probably our fault in some way.
The hell were you thinking, Boogie?
I'm sure it had nothing to do with the fact that we didn't get any offensive rebounds.
Oh, gosh, there's so many losers in the chat. All of a sudden at the end of the game, what is happening?
Sco buffs.
God, that might have been the worst. Like, I have never seen, like, Georgia fans are pretty freaking ridiculous, but I know where most of them come from because they regurgitate what one person says. So you know who they're a fan of. So it's like I can comprehend where it's coming from. That Colorado ordeal, like, it went on for like 3 weeks. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
Colorado. We should have an interesting year.
I hope they lose every game. I'm sorry to put it on those kids because I know how
they won't because of their schedule, but I can't remember. I don't know.
We were talking about the two people. One of them, Matt Stafford. The other, Deion Sanders. Those are the two.
Edie still only has one foul, Culbertson.
Of course.
Yeah, Edie had a rough day at the office.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't really see anyone beating UConn anyway, but maybe. Who knows? We would have played a little better, got some rebounds, and got hot against them. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
When's the next football practice? They've been off for a few days, I think. They have to have practice tomorrow. They have to.
I would hope so. Yeah.
I believe so.
They got to hit those sleds, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching some practice footage from the other day, and I love the pad level. coming out of those shoots on the offensive line.
They look
They're
sharp all together.
finally
in
getting
practice.
low. Yeah.
And I love how physical the practices are. I mean, I know Cam got hurt, but I'll take practices where people are getting hurt that are physical in the
You have to
offseason over
hit.
ones where they're
You have
not.
to hit. You have to
Yeah.
hit.
You know why? Because you pay that price sooner or later anyway.
Yep.
Like you go through a soft off season, then guess what? You're going to get a lot of injuries during the season.
Yes, you
So
will.
you're going to pay for that sooner or later. You might as well pay it up front.
Yeah. I went to such a small school when I was in high school that we just barely had a full scrimmage in practice every day. And if 2 people were out of school that day, you wouldn't have a full on scrimmage. You'd have to go like half line drills, you know. You
Yeah.
really do. When you just run against air, it's nothing.
Well,
All
the
right.
run is over. The magic is over. We're rolling right into football. Man, it's like
It's a good year.
I don't like the crossover of March Madness with spring practice. That sucks. I don't like that crossover.
Yep.
But
They should
anyway.
postpone the tournament or get it out of the way before spring practice.
Or just end college basketball for good. Let's just play football
be
year
done.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just play it
Please.
year round. Still got 2 weeks of spring camp to cover, though. We'll be talking about it. We're going to be hanging out at the orange and white game. So I hope you guys will come out. We'll be in the G10 parking garage. I've not decided what time I'm going to roll in yet. But we'll roll in early. We'll hang out. We'll have some beverages together. And then we're going to – what I'm planning to do, my crew, me and the X Factor, I don't know if Dauber's riding with me or not. We're going to roll over and watch the orange and white game on the big screens. We're not going into the stadium. So I hope you guys will come hang out and do that with us. If it rains, not going. So that'll be the only disclaimer there. But, man, you still got to be proud of this basketball team. Regular
Very
season
proud.
champs, like Tom said, made it to the Elite Eight, second time in school history. That matters. That means something. We'll see what the offseason looks like for them. Full-time coverage right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network, behind-the-scenes scoops. Got a all-exclusive interview coming up with Rick Barnes in about 30 minutes, so we'll be dropping that. But not really. We're going to talk college football all day, every day. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us for these watch parties. We got to figure out what we're going to do for April. Probably watch a baseball game. I don't know if we'll do that on a Sunday or if we'll do that on the weekend sometime. I guess Sunday is the weekend. But I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you up to date. We've got a live film breakdown between Coach Jay and Rocky Top Tom coming up in April as well. We'll be live Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the fan call-in show where you guys get to come on, hang out, talk Tennessee football. That is going to do it for this one. Shout out to Coach Jay and Rocky Top Tom for being the wingman for the entire time. Good to see Cody jumping on here with us at the last hour. Cody, long time Talkin VAWLS faithful member. Appreciate you, brother. But that is going to do it. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
That's all.